control are.
All right, who wants to do a recap of the previous session?
Sure. So let's see. We previously having narrow escape with our lives, and well, for the most part, give and take a few grey hairs, we decided to harden up and go back in again, and we killed a few more minion undead, and thanks some incredible, suitably timely janky crits from Kruber, we slew the beast, or slew the spirit, as far as we can tell.
What's this we?
Okay, fine. Kruber killed it. Kruber did the hard work, while we killed everything else. How's that?
Hey, Sean sat around the back there
Acceptable.
singing strong words of praise, which allowed him to do the deed.
This is indeed true. He was being the buff cleric and was doing an excellent job of it. Lenza was taking pot shots, and that was killing things,
and missing almost all of them. Yeah.
and Cheryl was getting stuck in as well. It's good times. So after we after we apparently killed, banished, generally demanifested the spirit, we found some random supplies. It literally looked like the place had been inhabited after the initial reconstruction and effort that we encountered. Someone else had moved in there and done some work. We don't know who, but there was there was a room full of sweet loot, which may date back to the actual when the keep was actually attacked, and I believe that the two divine casters, Shiro and Sean, found some interesting markings relating to what they starting with K?
I mean the Reaper. So
yeah,
The Reaper. So yeah, which apparently Kruber invoked as a in the previous before session, which is interesting. So we don't know as a foolish, mundane fighter. I have no idea exactly what they're talking about, but it sounds serious. But we decided to go.
Everybody knows who the 8 are. You know the name.
Okay. Yep, absolutely. But we don't. But I don't know the full implications about
Klala is known as the aspects that are known or most commonly known are the Reaper, the Harvester of all things, the Fury in the darkness, the lost soul of Da'arvan, and he who fears none. So that is one of the 8, and he is considered to be 5th in power.
Ooh. Well, there were definitely markings related to him in here, and we also decided to send Lenza down the well, and she found some bones and something interesting, which unfortunately I didn't actually get to see at the end of the video, so I don't have any spoilers. I'm a little left out, but
Cool.
things.
Good. Nice. I think I did update everybody's XP as well. Let me just check. I'll grab one person at random, and that person is... If I can scroll at the right spot. Lenza. Lenza currently has the correct amount of XP. There we go. So I must have updated everybody.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a fair bit closer to level 6, unlike our cash reserves.
Oh, that also reminds me, some people need to get some major blessings.
Oh.
Because they are now divisible by 5,000 with their XP totals. Jiquan, divisible by...
Oh, joy.
Sure. Oop, I can't do it from there. I have to do it from my other one. Alright, shuffle. Alright, who else gets it? So it's Jiquan, Shiru, and Sean all get a major blessing.
Nice.
Deal. 1.
Raw one?
Two.
Or do you just deal them to us?
I'll
or do we
deal them to
split
you.
them?
That's fine. Don't
Okay.
worry. Make sure they get the right number. Two. Den, because he hasn't changed his name, so he's still his Den. And
Is there a limit to
sure.
how many we can hold?
8 blessings, and that's combined of minor and major. The
Mhm.
other cards, if you have injuries or trinkets, don't count. Right, deal.
Still got to sell my trinket or do something with it. What do we do with trinkets again?
They're like little minor treasures. You can either hold on to them, you can sell them, you can stick them on your nose. It's up to you. It depends what it is.
I'm going to stick mine in my eye.
What is
What have you-
yours?
What have you got?
What is yours? Yours is... yep. Yours goes actually quite well with Oz's.
Yeah. I was gonna
Uh,
say, is yours themed around something or
who's mine?
no? Sean's.
What's that?
His trinket.
You said
My
you're gonna stick it in your eye.
It's a monocle with a cracked lens.
Ah, okay.
And
Because I have a glass eye
Mm.
with an aquamarine iris.
I'm pretty sure mine's not magical.
so
Yeah.
trinkets are just like, curiosities.
Yeah.
They might be worth a little bit of money. They might be worth something else. It's just interesting bits of treasure. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are pretty average. Some of them are in the between.
I
Start
never really
burning
wanted
these
that
blessings,
class eye.
hey?
Oh well.
All right, so
Does Shira supposed to have 5 major blessings, or is that just the thing not displaying correctly?
no PS5.
Okay, cool.
5 major blessings. Holy crap.
He is holding on to them for dear life and not playing any of them. And then when he gets 8, he'll probably play them all in one go.
And
Well-
turn into a horrible monster that you have to fight.
Or just be abducted to the hilltop.
I call on the power of the age.
I was going to say he's a cleric, so he'd be like me and not playing them. So I
Okay.
was the first person to play one, so hey.
So up the top, we have everybody bar Lenza. Down the bottom, we have Lenza. You recall
Yay!
your settings.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, that's right. Someone's down the well.
Mhm.
I just have to step away for a moment.
Not a problem.
Sorry.
This creature,
Definitely, we're getting the good thing. Yes.
in the what appears to be a fairly elegant robe of black with gold trim, has whispered shh to you, holding a crooked finger in front of her lips. Her eyes blink one after the other in succession. What are you doing down here, elf?
Investigating, I guess.
What are you investigating?
There was a undead spirit haunting above here, causing a lot of pain and suffering to the surrounding area. We came here to hopefully remove that so we could, travel and live here again. Apparently, down the well was where it all started.
She
What are
gestures.
you doing
She
here?
gestures to the bones that lay scattered around the floor. As again, there seems to be multiple creatures down here. Can't really tell their species, though they're humanoid in nature, probably mostly human, but there might be an elf or two, something in there. Definitely. These were here long before, seeking similar things. They fare not well, nor will you should you stay. You cannot slay the spirit above. It is bound here by powers greater than you, greater than any here. Why? Why did you come? Why do you hate your own kind, elf?
Hate my own kind? I hate everybody, then the elves aren't special.
Ah, aren't they? Unique elf. I see. Touch one. She gestures to the bones. Perhaps you'll find your answer. You also can't see, but I was gesturing and realizing that once again.
Okay, this is Lenz's self-preservation instincts are kicking in real hard right now, and yeah, Lenz's
The eyes blink.
yep. I will have to decline that from what you have said, and what being down here for too long may not end well for me. But it is good to know that we have not
Touch.
permanently killed.
Pick one.
Spirit.
Touch it. You cannot leave the well until you do. The roots of the obelisk within this keep go very deep. Touch one. Pick well.
Okay, so I look back up the well. The rope's still there, attached to me. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Okay. So, does she gesture in a particular way, or just generally around?
Just generally around.
Cool. Are there any bones that stand out, or are they just all just random piles?
There are, upon a much closer inspection, one that you believe is definitely elven. The rest
Mhm.
look to be human in nature. The elven one appears to be the most intact.
So, or possibly the most recent.
Mm-hmm.
The spirit obviously it was skeletal, so it wasn't obviously, but it wasn't. Was there any markings that showed it from human, elf?
Hard to tell.
Yeah, no, I figured that's what I
was
just
very-
wanted to check.
It was slight. It was not tall, so it could easily have been an elf.
But also could just be a human.
It could have been a female human.
Yep,
Again,
cool. Yep. So I just want to double check there was no like standout features, I guess. Also, thanks, Den. The encouragement is appreciated. Cool. I guess I will wander over to the Elven Bones and just touch it. I touch them, I guess.
if you wish to do so. Yep, you touch it. All right. Nothing happens immediately or shortly afterwards. She smiles. Are you sure that is what you want to touch? Perhaps you chose well. She'll walk over and she'll touch the bones herself. Yes. Yes, you have chosen well. Where are you headed next, elf?
Most likely back to Sumberton, and then onwards to other adventures.
I thought you were heading to your kin.
Possibly, yes. That is still up for debate within my party.
Beware the ash blade. It will take one of you, perhaps. The bones start to rattle. Her eyes blink. She smiles, a crooked little smile. Someone's clipping their
Creepy.
nails. She'll stand back. The spirit will return upon nightfall. It cannot be slain, but the curse can be lifted. She crooks her neck. The bones keep rattling. You notice that small bits and pieces of bone shard and larger bones start to suddenly rush towards it, forming a skeletal structure. Little bits start to form, coalescing into a complete skeleton. This one perhaps knows how to lift the curse. Perhaps. Among other things. A spirited one she was too. Perhaps like you, seeking to avoid the majority of her kind. Slain, cast into the well, and here to remain. Tell me, young elf, when you go back to your kin, what is it you seek to find? What is it you hope to find? You can't be aimless forever.
Oh, I certainly can try.
Slowly but surely, the tissue and blood starts to form upon the skeleton.
Okay. I'm going to back away a little bit, not like entirely back to the center of the room, but just to give it some space, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I will keep watching.
As you do, from the shadows, almost completely oblivious or invisible to you before. It was only a small room. You don't know how this person got in here.
Of course.
Moves out, bows in reverence to the other creature that you're speaking to. She looks up at you again. The dull. He says he needs you all to listen to the Sibyl. I believe the Sibyl asked you to do something. Yes, I see it. A great, piercing pinnacle of black rock thrust into the ground. Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. The Sibyl does not know why or what is in there, and hopes to use it. Many hope to use it. There is power within. Great power. 100 levels down. You will find it. If you go. Do you dare? The 9th will bless you. With that, the body suddenly lifts up, and you hear a great intake of breath, and there is a female elf there. You can describe her, Den.
Excellent.
Do you want to make her picture visible?
Have you given me a picture? You
There.
have.
Oh,
Yeah, it's on your character sheet, but that was the
Yep.
first time I saw it. All right, hang on a second.
she's short, has slightly longer than shoulder length blonde hair, delicate features, well toned, dressed with some bandages or hand wrappings around her hands, a wrapping across her chest, and some moderately tight but to help with movement pants, and a red vest, and she's got a necklace with 3 talons of some kind of creature on it.
Okay, let me just quickly edit. Show folder. Come on, you stupid thing. I forgot to do this before because I only saw the character just moments ago. Alright.
Hang on. Does this mean Sean gets a magic skeleton to control?
It's not a skeleton anymore.
It's undead.
Is it?
I'm just saying.
Doesn't look undead.
That's what she looks like.
Lucky Craig's not here.
because of
Not
skeletons.
enough tentacle.
Oh, what's going on here with the resolution? I'm getting lines on my screen. Okay.
Lovely. Cool. I turn to the Seer and just simply say, why?
Because
Where's Vashta?
dead.
Tenzin?
Dead.
Me?
No longer. This one
Dead.
called you back. And she'll point. The eyes blink. Oh, by the way, now I may as well just put this in everybody's. Doesn't matter. Let me put it in everybody's journal and show you all. There you go.
Not unusual at all.
The sphere of the seer looks rather queer.
Mm. She called you back.
Amphibian eyes.
Your purpose is not yet complete, young one, and they would have need of you at some stage.
The prophecy continues. It has not been fulfilled.
Your prophecy has not been fulfilled. No.
Then
Will
I
it
guess
ever?
it falls to me.
Perhaps. You are the last that seek it.
A heavy
Perhaps.
burden.
All prophecies are. Whether they are true or not, whether they come to fruition or fail. Prophecies are only as strong as the belief that you have in them. Go. Beware the warlord.
I guess I have you to thank,
Lenza.
Lenza.
Welcome back. I
You
guess.
you can call me Uldren.
Okay.
This is a bit disconcerting.
Unusual? Yeah, no, for me too. When I jumped down this well, this is not one of the things I expected to happen.
Right.
But do you want to get out of here? Because
Uh,
I've quite had enough of being down here.
Very much.
No offense, I say to the Seer.
The seer smiles. Eyes blink.
Is there you said a party of
Adventurers.
our people?
Not quite.
Oh. Well, I mean, elves aren't anything special, so
Enjoy your freedoms. You should leave, discuss, determine your next path.
I turn to the Seer and say, thank you. I'm not sure what you've done here means for me or us, but thank you nonetheless.
I assume that you would want to find the truth. Most people do, even if they do not know it. As I said, beware the warlord. He is unhinged, and you will meet him soon. Go.
Thank you. I guess I'll gesture to... Sorry, I've forgotten the name already.
Uldren,
Uldren.
do you want to add her sheet, Grail, or the bio-y part?
Well,
I mean, we can just keep calling her Elf and
you haven't told
as the
anybody your
feature says.
bio-y part at the moment, so
Yeah, cool.
I was wondering
Anyway,
if I should
I'll-
keep that personal. That's right.
I trust people to not.
Metagame.
Yeah.
Let me all players. There we go. Dong, dong, dong. And I'll move Eldraine into the normal sheets folder next to Jaquan. Dum, dum, dum. She's up there now.
Cool. Yeah, I guess
Thank you.
I'll just say hold on, and then I guess we'll tug on the rope or something, whatever predetermined thing that we organise for me to get out of there.
That's
I
fine.
think calling "Get me
I'm-
the F out of here" would work.
I'm glad
I
you
mean-
predetermine things. Some
Oh, like
veteran parties I hear have not planned such things.
yes,
Amateurs.
I'm assuming there'll be some system of if in case incapacitated or whatever, or like can't speak or whatever, you'd be a few tug on the rope a few times or whatever, just to be able to get pull up.
I believe the protocol is if you become incapacitated, we cut the rope and run.
Yes, that's also true.
That seems to be the general theme of how we've operated in the past. So
As you're about to
Kruger
leave,
says the Nodgrim maneuver.
as you're about to leave, the Seer says, "Remember, Eldraine, with hope of spring's return."
Indeed.
And she'll smile, and then
The only hope we have.
she will just fade back through the rocks, disappear.
what was it? Remember with hope. What?
You weren't
That was-
there.
Yeah.
No.
Listen back to her on the recording.
When I said I trust them not to metagame, that was obviously not including Henry. That was everyone but Henry.
I am scribing. It's what I do.
Okay, you can.
We had
Ascend.
a few warnings though. Yeah, cool.
This is much more interesting, damn it.
What
Cool.
is?
Just now I have some theories. No!
Hang on a second. Aaron has theories. Get
I-
out of here.
I'm going to make a meme.
Minerva's suddenly like, wait, I think there's 9. Anyway. Spring, you say? Interesting.
Yeah.
Scribble.
Anyway, I guess you pull an extra elf than you were expecting up.
Yeah, Shira's like, dude, why weren't you answering? I thought you were dead or something. Ugh.
Hey, Clancy, if you go and wait.
Yes and no.
Okay. And wait, what? Who's? There's someone alive down in that well?
Wait, is she
Yes
the
and
spirit?
no.
Do
No.
we kill her like this to keep
No.
her permadeath?
No. Don't. No. We've had it with a murder for today. May
What
I
happened down there?
introduce-
Great.
God,
Now there's
ha-
2
how do you-
ideas.
How do you pronounce it? It's Eldraine.
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 So just
Sorry,
just pronounce
I'll
it.
get used to it. Yeah.
Pronounce it as though it was. Hang on a second. This is how I'm assuming it based upon what he's been saying.
Yeah.
Eldraine.
Yep, Eldraine.
Eldraine. Yep, cool. Eldraine. As of until about 2 minutes ago, a skeleton down the bottom of the
Can we
of the
call
well.
it?
A
Can we-
skeleton. How long was I down there?
We
I
don't know.
What year did you go down?
Yeah, we're not sure. But luckily, our very good friends of the esoteric once again meddled in with our shit.
Who are the esoteric?
Oh, you do. We haven't told you about that.
Friends of yours?
Not
I mean, I'm grateful.
You know who they are.
We've had dealings with them in the past.
Okay, sure. We're gonna have to fill you in sometime.
We'll
Possibly
have
soon.
a lot of time to fill in.
So hang on.
They haven't been relevant in a while.
We dropped 1 elf down the well and we got 2 back out.
Yes.
So does that mean
Everybody should go down the well.
we should drop
No.
the money down, tie a bucket full of money, and pull it back up? We might get 2.
Not
It's a
quite.
magic wishing well.
Lenza, what happened down there?
We should also probably leave somewhat quickly before the spirit returns.
What? The spirit's coming back?
If the esoteric is to be believed, then yes. And personally, I'm going to trust their judgment over this type of stuff than us
Did you
hitting
ask
it
how
hard
long it's going to take for it to return?
nighttime.
Nighttime. Oh, so we've got the whole day.
What time of the day is it?
It's night.
Mm-hmm.
So like unless
24-ish hours.
It's night, like right now. I guess we've got a day.
I'm not sure, and I don't want to stay around to find out.
All right. Can we at least move some of this stuff out of the keep?
Oh,
What-
yes.
Table
What are you talking about?
and supplies.
Hang on. Wait a second.
The
You mean,
loot, man. The loot.
wait, Eldraine, how... What... Are you... How... What was the...
That is very much how I'm feeling. What was your name?
I'm Hypatia DeLogan. I'm just a human. I'm sure you can deal.
Just a human.
Don't be so down. You're not just anything. You can be as mediocre or as above mediocre as you choose to be.
Didn't
Greatness.
no doubt sing a song. I'm just a human.
The part we definitely strive to be above mediocre here.
Ah, excellent. I hope I can bring that level of commitment and focus.
But just for reference for us, what was your last memory before waking up? Just then.
Other than being killed.
Should have remembered the name I picked for the other chick. Gonna have to watch the video for that one.
So fast.
My master, yes, Norada. I blame
Mhm.
you. My master and I had come seeking a member of our order who had absconded and since been kidnapped. I assume this is still Lacrima Keep?
Yeah. Lacrima Keep.
Indeed.
Oh, there's been some linguistic drift? How long was I gone?
I
When
don't
did
know.
you
Can you see what...
She was brought here by captors. They were going to perform some kind of blood sacrifice. I remember
So...
her struggling on an altar and then being stabbed from behind. I don't recall anything more.
Well, I think we
Until-
found the
until now.
altar. Is there a way to banish her with, like, the knife that was used for a sacrifice?
Whoa. You're going way too far ahead. Do
Wow.
you recall the date? Or at least the vague time when you set out to do this?
Yes, it was. I assume I can say what year I thought it was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess. Hopefully, we don't know what we don't have. We don't keep track of
Yes.
dates.
200 post reckoning.
So I don't get to say it was the year of the incontinent vole or something.
You certainly can.
Elves.
It loses translation.
Stone calendar.
Importantly, how long ago was it, Grail?
100 years.
Okay.
Was it your master who was
100
sacrificed
years.
on the
That's
tape?
not the end of the world. I was afraid it was going to be a lot longer than that.
Hypatia looks at Lenza incredulously. Bloody elves.
Also, how is
I
there
guess I know it's
drift after 100 years? Oh, wait, there is. Damn it.
Also, elves.
Yeah.
so yeah. And you
I was very tempted to start with these and the owls.
Yeah. Don't make me eat you.
So yes, you've been dead or gone for a while, and it seems like, unfortunately, the friend that you were trying to save has been cursed and turned into an undead evil spirit that now haunts this keep and the area around it. Sorry about that.
That's not good.
No.
It was not well known, but she was a lesser scion of elven royalty. She was a bastard from bastards descended, but still had the blood flowing in her veins.
Eh.
Yeah, not
Wow.
And unfortunately, as I said, if the Turk is to be believed, we have not permanently stopped it. She will return until.
So do you know who was trying to do the sacrifice or why?
Look, they were dressed in black and they chanted. Kinda hard to work out exactly which group of generic bad guys they were.
Can't say that narrows it down.
Again, do you know a way to like cancel the ritual, or do you know where would your master have known how to do that?
I imagine he would have. He was much, much more skilled in the arts of magic than I am. Though I have some ability in that.
You talk of it being part of an order. What was the order? What is the order? Or was? I don't know.
Nor do I. I suppose I should check back in and see if they've given my room to someone else. No, that's not important now.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
We were a group who had found dissatisfaction with the majority of Elvenkind's politicking and the way they handled things. We'd gone apart to try and focus on our innate connections to magic, and we were following a prophecy, or hoping. Spoke of the possibility of hope, and in this world, I think we all need some hope.
Hmm.
Yup. Well, we make our own hope. I would not depend on the 8.
I did not say they are the source of the hope.
Fair enough.
A cool wind blows across the ruins.
All right, let's get our stuff.
Yeah, spoke shit about the 8 as well. Just
Yeah, they were pretty. If I didn't, I mean, it didn't know. But yeah, if I, it wasn't a bad. If I before I knew she was 100 years old, I thought she'd be she'd be part of the religions of madness. Anyway, maybe we should, shift this stuff out of here and talk outside the keep. I mean, just in case something turns up.
Can I see Sean's holy symbol? Is it one of his order?
It is a large holy symbol. You certainly can see it. It's gaudy. It's blingy.
No, you have.
But is it reflective of his order, or is it a generic holy symbol?
It is of his order.
You have to roll a perception check and get minus on your dice roll to see it.
to not see it.
To not see it. You need to stab yourself in the eyes with a pen to not see it.
Brother, I see we share some beliefs.
Shuru has one as well. Do you have yours out in the open?
Not really. Like, it's not. I haven't been using it lately, but yes, I do have one.
He's not a proud cleric showing off his colours.
Yeah, I don't have bling. I just have a holy symbol.
Lots of people carry them anyway.
He's got a holy tramp stamp.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, oh, another noble. Okay.
Sean actually has a
Ooh.
holy symbol that's been took from the holy trinket.
Yeah. Well, since she said that this, altar and the bowl and the dagger and stuff might be, I'm gonna go get those things.
Okay. So you
Maybe you
cannot
Take him to the altar.
so you cannot remove the basins.
Okay,
They
but I
stuck
can
to the
take the
ground.
knife because it's already been knocked to the floor.
Moved. Yes. It's an old rusty knife.
I pick that up and carry it out to Aldrain.
Cool.
Lenza, do you, by any chance, have any royal blood within you?
He did say he was going away, I think.
Nah. Well,
Not
Grail?
sure I like where this is going.
Oz has put himself on mute.
Would you like to answer for Lenza?
Fuck off, bitch.
Wow, Oz, you came back quick.
Why would you want to know that?
Perhaps
I'm just gonna hold the dagger a little bit more tightly.
Perhaps what started this can break it. What was done with the blood of the royal elves might be undone with a smaller shedding. This is not to start merely to break its magical power. You have some understanding of magic, I believe. Gnome, I think I saw some kind of holy symbol hidden very carefully.
I have knowledge of the 8, no understanding of them. Magic.
I can tell by your
sort of a filthy
lack of
thing.
gibbering.
I think what
Magic
everyone
is
wants, though, is everyone wants Aldrain and Jaquan to have a conversation.
True, he would have hit on her by now. Come on.
Yeah, Jaquani's just staring at her, being like, "Ugh, she said she's got magic. Do I go with the classic want to cast hold person on me, or does he leave that for later?"
I'll show you a rope trick.
Jaquan Creeper.
Hey, Jaquan wears his heart and various other things on his sleeve.
Does it have to be elven blood of nobility? This is
Well,
very specific.
That is what started it. If you can think of a different or a better way to break the magical flow or to unbind her from this place, please. I
But
am
wouldn't we
very interested.
that wouldn't end up binding Lenza to this place?
No, we wouldn't be sacrificing Lenza. We would merely be introducing something to destabilize the arcane weaves.
Would any blood do that, or does it have to be elven royal blood?
Did you spill any blood in here before?
No.
I got stabbed.
Yeah, but not into the
Not in
box.
the bowl, no.
The
We-
basins.
I mean, we could try, but how long and how many people do you wish to cut up for?
Well, we can start with Sean. We'll do it.
So I take it you're not of royal blood.
Not to
Just-
my knowledge.
Just the noble religion.
That's convenient.
My parents did occasionally refer to me as princess, but I believe that was with a very definitely sarcastic tone. But I'm willing to try if we have nothing else.
Whole mix in there. We can all bleed a bit into it. Slosh around a bit.
I don't have a lot of experience with adventuring parties. Are they all as
Amazing as us? No.
I was going to say
Insane.
Unfazed and creepy. Insane is a good word too, perhaps. Bit
I mean, we
judgmental.
came
Bit
here to
judgmental.
fight some kind of undead spirit horror thing. Yeah, we did it for money.
I mean,
Oh,
to put this
mm,
into
for
context,
money, no. You do it because it is needed.
Yeah, needed for the money.
We probably spend more money on random crap than most peasants earn in a lifetime.
So you are nobles.
Well, if we had land, maybe.
Oh,
Well, it's not much
Surely
more, but
adventurers
what's
like you must have been offered some land.
apparently we were before my time.
And you didn't take it, huh?
I'm hoping this is soon to become Lacrima Cathedral.
Ah,
Oz is back, but has muted himself.
a noble dream.
No, he was always muted.
Oh, okay.
Or Ozzy's possibly back and he's like, I'm waiting to see what happens because I don't want Lenza to get stabbed.
Ugh.
That would be smart.
What's a fair question? How much blood do you think would be needed to disrupt this curse, ritual, something?
I don't really have any expertise in dark magic. I'm just trying to go from basic principles, and if what you said, the spirit is trapped and bound here, we need some way to stop that. Either we could find, well, if she were a lich, her phylactery, but she doesn't sound like that.
What's a
Or-
lich?
Oh, my parents called my younger brother that.
Sean, you don't have the ability to commune with the 8 today, do you?
With the 8.
Yeah,
no,
you don't have augury, do you? Because then we could
not today.
ask if
That would be a good
the
use.
following course of action is a
Is
good idea.
Is it possible for us to come back tomorrow when I've learnt more spells than I think I have?
I mean, you defeated her. I also do not have access to my magic at the moment.
I return. What have I missed?
Are
We need
you
your
a
blood.
noble?
Not dead yet.
Sorry?
Are you noble? Do you have noble blood in you?
That sounds very much like a yes.
Shiro came out with a knife, and Old Drain turned to you and said, "Hey, do you have noble blood?" And Shiro was like, "I'm just going to hold onto this knife a little bit tighter."
And,
Of course,
and
this
since
was
you
right
were
after she told us that it was a blood sacrifice that caused this drama in the first place.
yeah, and since
So
you
all
were
the blood
AFK, Oz,
sacrifices on their head.
since you were AFK, Oz, it just defaulted to me to roleplay Lenza. So Lenza clearly said, "Fuck off, bitch."
Yeah, okay, cool.
There was a little more explanation. Given if there was a blood sacrifice, doing this, if we had some other royal elven blood, that could be introduced to disrupt the arcane flow's holding.
So it doesn't
Her
require
here.
another blood sacrifice, just a
Just
blood
some-
offering.
Again, not a master of the dark arts, just going from first principles with what I know. I can't promise this will work, but
As Sean is somewhat knowledgeable in
dark arts.
clerical, dark arts, since he's now a master of the undead.
Oh no.
Does what Uldren say actually make any sort of sense in his experience?
Nope. But you don't have much experience with this, so
We're not
No,
magic
I
users though.
I understand that. I'm just saying.
that's why I said no,
Sean,
because
some
you're
level of experience.
none, because it's just so far out of left field.
Can Sean detect any cons vibes coming from this character? From
I don't know.
Uldren?
Can
Or
you?
does she seem genuine?
The woman who said that she's 100 years old and came up out of a well. I think she is a magic user, but she's put Lenza under a spell.
Did
And
you
is
say that,
now
do you say that out loud?
yes, and is now trying to get Lenza to like bleed for her. I'm a little bit worried that she's the spirit. Like, I don't believe that she got resurrected in the well. Like Linza's saying, that's crazy. Like,
Stuff, doesn't
how
it?
does that even happen? Like,
Ask,
I mean,
ask the esoteric.
also, knife ears. They're just not trustworthy. Like, are we believing elves
Really,
now?
are we gonna go down this path?
Gnomes.
Stone Kin, sir. Stone Kin.
Mm.
I mean, I'm just here to hit things, really.
Nah, Sean's very trusting. He stayed with you guys for a start.
For longer than you should have. Yes, probably.
Shiro has detect alignment on all of you, and he doesn't have that at the moment. So
You all hear that. You all hear the patting of feet coming towards you.
Ah, crap. Sean gets his holy symbol out.
Yes,
It's kind
is
of
it
a.
Theta?
What? Is it what?
Theta?
I think it might be time to leave.
Hey!
I turned. Oh, sorry. Okay. Hey.
Do
Oh, right. Yeah.
you have royal elven blood? Told the helper.
That's up there.
Oh, yeah. He was also down in the well.
He nods, a funny-looking smile upon his face.
I mean, now we can find out if it needs like royal elven blood or not.
Oh, understand. Go. Time up. Gotcha. Hit the door.
Okay, so we either need to leave or do the bleeding thing.
As I will turn to Uldren and say, as far as I'm aware, I do not. But as I'm sure you are well aware, Elven lineage is complicated at best.
Would it make you all more or less comfortable were I to offer mine as well, in case?
I am willing.
Well,
I'm willing to try,
Sure, faith.
but I cannot promise
Dole
any.
drops a whole pile of gear on the ground in front of you, Ultrain. You recognize it as all your equipment.
Oh, excellent. I start
It's
getting re-equipped.
It looks a bit dusty. The blade looks a bit, unkempt. It needs to be fixed up a bit.
Mm.
The cloak is a bit tattered. Maybe like it's been lying around for 100 years.
Thank you, Dole. What's it?
Dole the helper.
Is he your servant?
No, not ours.
It will
They are,
turn.
they are servants of the seer you saw down in the well, and of the esoteric.
I will have to read up on these esoteric. I do not recall them.
Well, we can fill you in a bit. We can fill Shiro in as well.
Dole will
And
turn
tell you
and-
what we've encountered.
Dole will turn and do his kind of lumbering gait away from you all.
Let's do this if we're doing this.
Cool.
Yep.
To
Sure.
the basin.
To the basin and beyond.
I think Sean should do this. Here. I hand the knife
Nice.
over to him.
Is Sean bleeding or
No, cutting.
cutting?
Oh, I like the idea of me stabbing. It's way better than me bleeding.
That's not how.
That's not how you thought it would go?
Stabbing is the wrong way to get blood out for this.
Down the street, not across the road.
Yep.
Well, I could actually be evil and just be plotting.
Ah,
just a
damn
long
it.
con.
Controls undead, start stabbing Lenza.
Look, that would be a nice change of pace, honestly. You're too much of a goody two shoes for my taste, anyway.
Wow, I'm impressed with that damage roll.
Yeah, clearly I don't have the macro set up correctly. That's neither here nor there.
Cool.
You also, I don't have a token created for your new character yet, so
Yeah.
that's okay. Not important at the moment. You have.
Where was the sacrificing room? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I wonder. Yeah.
I get to be at the chief sacrificing spot, and I will make a cut in my forearm and drip it into the bowl.
Why you?
Why me? I thought we were doing everyone.
No, I mean,
No, we're just putting Lenza's blood in there.
Oh, okay. Even better.
Which
Tell me,
one's the
Lenza.
correct bowl, Aldrin?
They used this copper one.
Excellent. And that's where we should put the blood then, according to first principles?
I believe so.
Are you using
Alright.
the rusty knife to cut Lenza?
please don't.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it metal?
The knife?
Like it's
Yes,
it's
yes.
steel. Does it
Hence
look
it's rusty.
special?
After that's done, Uldrain will cast Cure Light Wounds on Lenza.
Okay, it is a rusty, horrible looking knife that might have been used by a Carnifex. Because this looks more like a Carnifex table that has had the basin set into it.
Yeah, this is messed up. Sorry about this.
This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
Sean will attempt to
what?
sharpen it a little bit on the side of the bench before stabbing everyone.
You managed to.
It's everyone.
We're
It's
stabbing
just
everyone.
Lenza.
Oh God!
Lenza, everyone. You know what's happening.
And stop stabbing people. What is this?
Maybe I've made a
stabbing?
terrible mistake.
Why
Why
did
did I
you-
give the knife to Sean?
Yeah, why did you give Sean the knife?
Step right up. Step right up.
This is a
Prizes
weapon
for
Mason.
everyone. Everyone's a winner.
Henry, I thought it was supposed to be a slippery slope, not a very shallow single step.
Oh dear.
Come on, you guys don't have a good sense of humor. Alrighty, then. Let's make this happen before the bad shit happens. Bad man comes. Bad lady comes.
I've already been stabbed enough.
Uldrain will offer herself as well.
Oh, okay. If it's like that.
Kruber's standing in for
Okay.
her.
So you do Lenza first. Is that what you're going to do?
Mhm.
Or are you doing Aldrin
Okay.
first? Okay.
Prick your finger.
Well, Uldrain's willing to step up if Lenza's further
No,
hesitant.
I said I'll do it first.
That's
so
fine.
just
It's
do
not
me
going.
first,
If it's
I'll
only
then
if it's only
after
going to be
later.
if it's only going to be a little nick, it's not going to cause any damage. It's fine. Although
Don't worry. I'll heal you tomorrow when I've got spells.
What?
although
Yeah.
the blade is blunt and requires you to draw considerably with a bit of force.
That's
I
gonna
sort of
hurt.
rubbed on the stones to make it a little bit sharp.
Use-
I don't think that'll help much.
I love the fact that
like
it's
a
so
butter
blunt. It
Come on.
does help.
It's probably the spit on the blade that's going to help.
and yeah, you get a little bit of blood. All right, it drips slowly but surely into the brass basin, especially if you squeeze it a little bit. It hurts. You probably get
Yep.
some form of disease or illness from it because it was a pretty gunky looking blade. It wasn't just rust; there was also gunk on it. If you recall, it was kind of stuck to the.
Do we have a picture of this blade, or was it not?
Trust me.
If you want to zoom in really close, you'll see it.
For a hundred-
Uldrain
It's-
cast Cure Light Wounds.
It
on
just looks like
Lenza.
a knife that's got kind of gunk
Did
on it
anyone cast Detect Curse on it?
and rust. No one cast Detect Curse. No one ever cast Detect Curse because Minerva's always cursed.
Ugh.
Is anyone casting Detect Curse after
No.
the
Don't
fact?
have it.
No.
Okay, because I was going to say after the fact. All right, so the blood drips into the basin.
After the fact is way funnier though.
All right, there's a little bit of blood in the basin.
Is there even a spell called Detect Curse?
That's even funnier after the fact.
We have detect magic.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is some blood in the basin. Is this good?
Uldrain will make whatever kind of check to manipulate the arcane powers with whatever she has left to destabilize the ritual.
All right.
She's moving the blood around.
Yep, she's drawing bunny rabbits with the blood with a finger.
Oh no, I've summoned a worse beast, Dire Rabbit. If only hand grenades had been invented.
They have been.
Someone called Antioch has got one.
The future is a magical place.
Mhm.
Lenza, you're an elf. You should take this hand grenade. For with our natural grace, I am sure you would be the best person to use it.
Of course. It worked really well the last time I used one.
Did you give yourself a secondary skill?
We'll go with scribe.
Okay.
But no, I haven't yet.
All right. You aren't really sure what to do, but you got maybe say a few arcane words over it. Hopefully, breaking some kind of curse. Still blood in the basin, just a little bit. Nothing fancy's happened. The cool wind that was blowing across the keep continues unabated.
Is there still like a dark miasma around?
There is.
Oh.
I'll try, and she offers her arm.
Okay.
Go
Right.
Nick and
I'm guessing at this point, Sean can't stand up from where he's sitting down behind the altar because reasons.
Hmm?
I'm suggesting Sean has a literal murder boner.
Yeah.
He's been with the group far too long.
Yeah.
Okay. So you put some of Eldrain's blood in there, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll cast Cure Light on myself and then apologize. I'm tapped.
Okay.
Redo the thing. Is there any effect?
Hang on a second. Okay. Nothing seems to have happened.
What about if we take the knife out of the keep, out of the miasma? Would that help?
I don't think so.
What about
Better
smashing
take the
stuff?
bowl.
Smashing stuff sometimes
You
helps.
just want to keep the knife.
There's a stone bowl as well. What if we use it?
It was the copper bowl.
Can someone take the knife off Sean, please?
I'm just saying, maybe one's.
No, I like where your head's at, man. Yeah. We should stab the elves more.
The next time we do a sacrifice, you'll definitely not get it being the one with the knife.
Wait, there's gonna be next time?
All right, let's just take Sean.
We're-
Let's just
we're-
take the
we're-
table and go then.
We're adventurers. Who knows what the hell we'll get up to next?
No, but like seriously, there's two bowls on the table, right?
Mm. Two basins.
Yeah, well, there's two basins and there's one knife. Obviously, they sacrificed into the copper bowl, but maybe the earth bowl is like to release the spirits back into the earth.
What? Why would they have had an easy red button to undo things?
What you think?
If
Cutting yourself and bleeding into the other bowls any less easy?
I mean, yes. If only we had something, maybe not blood, maybe if we had something else of elven royalty.
Oh,
Like this rod.
yeah.
How could we sacrifice that?
But I don't know. Could it be broken?
I'm sure we could try if we hard. Try. I'm sure we could. It could if we try hard enough.
But I'm.
Somewhere Minerva goes. But Shiro says, I mean, I think it's Hypatia's rod, so
Well, it's of elven royalty, so sure. I mean, that's.
This
and you
seems.
think this
Are
is a
you
good
sure it's gonna
idea,
work?
Aldrain?
I have ideas. I have no idea if they're good.
Oh, so this has nothing to do with the first principles of magic or anything like that. This is just like
That is
Sean's
what
plan
I'm.
of making people bleed everywhere.
No, I'm working from what I know.
It's working with Sean.
Clearly, he knows people have blood in them, and he likes that blood outside them. And she steps slightly further back.
Get him, Sean. Get him.
And you're working from smashing the elven nobility is legit.
As far as I know, Elven blood started this. What, my gnomish cleric friend, would you suggest would be a better way to break the curse?
Spell,
With a sledgehammer.
a break curse spell, remove
With
curse.
the guidance of the 8.
If only someone could call upon their blessing to perhaps.
Yeah, to purify this place or something.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I mean, yeah, if you were saying, yeah, sacrificing the rod would do it, then yeah. But if you're just sort of like, I don't know, let's just start smashing stuff in the bowl, I'm sort of like,
Again, I'm not a master of the dark arts.
Who is these days?
Cool.
I mean,
well,
you like to spell some sort of magic on this altar? Could that help?
Maybe. Do we have anyone capable of casting that?
Like remove curse.
Perhaps.
Yeah, like
Or
I
dispel
suggested
magic.
like a minute ago, and everyone ignored me.
You've got that on you at the moment?
Not on me at the moment, but give me 24 hours sleep, and I will.
I thought you said this. I thought we were told that this
monster's
creature
going
will
back.
have come back.
Yeah.
Probably.
So that's no good.
Well, we killed it once.
Yeah,
How did you manage that?
Very,
with
very
great
lucky.
difficulty.
It was a hard fight.
Kruber steps up and is like,
Well,
they talk a good game, but really.
do you reckon we could come back in 2 hours and achieve this? Do you reckon the creature will come back within 2 hours?
I am not sure. I can only go off what the as you are well aware, cryptic and unreliable sources of the esoteric.
The only reason I say that is I have a funky cloak, which lets me.
Maybe you should wash it.
Yes, I should. It's too nice. That lets me rememorize my spells after 2 hours of rest.
Just so for my memory, Grail, what was the exact wording that the Seer used regarding when the spirit would come back?
I don't know. What was it?
What's it? Nightfall.
Well, yeah. You think it was night? It was nighttime.
Yep.
Nightfall. One of those two.
So, as in the next night rather than right now, essentially.
Or when a noble warrior trips over. In my experience, prophecies can be, and those who study them can be quite hard to understand.
Cool. So yes, in answer to that, yes, we possibly have a little bit of time if we want to hang around a bit longer.
Well, let's start moving stuff out of the keep, have Sean rest and get remove curse, and give that a go. And if that doesn't work, we smash the prince's rod. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
I certainly have no better ideas.
The prince
Okay.
covers his grub. Not my rod.
So Sean can stand up by now? Is that what you say?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I have a cloak. I can stand up.
So in about 2
Billows
hours,
out front.
we have moved like all the goods out of the keep and stuff, out of the miasma.
No, they are too heavy.
Oh,
Even with some fairly sturdy fellows in.
super ripped peeps.
Mm-hmm.
And ladies.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fellows
said
being
peeps.
and fellows being a generic term for people.
Okay.
It's
It's
not
not
that-
people, stonekin.
it's not just that they're heavy as well. They're awkward. So it'll take you more than 2 hours to do so. You got boxes, you got crates, you got barrels. Some of them are big, some of them are small.
The first thing was the table. Just
the table is
confirm.
very awkward. But you can, if you all work together, you'll probably be able to get it out. The big
I'm not
issue,
working. I'm lazing.
the big issue is that there isn't a lot of room really to get it out.
Or apart from the big hole near the well.
The room it's in has very narrow entrances.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Ah.
Okay. It can't. Can the legs be removed?
Nope.
Well, I don't think it was constructed in here.
You can probably get it out. It's just going to take you a very long time.
Yeah, that's okay.
2 hours.
I've done a lot of house moving. Sure, it hasn't. But it's fine. You just keep working at it.
Sure, it's also the size of my 9-year-old son.
Yeah.
Who goes, yes, move it over there, okay, and twist to the left. Right, you're doing
No,
a
no,
very
no.
good job.
Having a short person's awesome because there's like that one spot that's like under the middle of things that's hard to get to.
Yeah, but we know Shiro's going to get out a pipe and smoke it while watching.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, but yes, if you wish, you can set to it and eventually get the table and chairs out.
Woo.
What are we gonna do with them?
Play
Take
cards.
some. Yeah.
We're gonna see what they actually do.
Take them to Lashnara and be like, check out this table, woot woot.
Yeah.
Excellent. I can eat my
Why?
breakfast.
It's a relic. It's a divine relic of some kind.
It is?
Yeah?
Okay.
Maybe?
Looks like a table to me.
Oh. Well, it looks special if you...
Are a nerd? Probably.
Yeah, the 8 is so nerdish. Damn it. Damn their nerdiness.
I mean,
So-
what are they? Are they jocks? Are they
I mean,
club?
I think you'll find
Are
they're
they
mean
Glee
girls.
club?
So
They're the clique.
So the table, for those who give it a good,
Look, they're obviously the theatre kids, let's be honest here.
so the table, for
Goths.
those who give it a good once over, twice over, thrice over, has what appears to be marks on it, strange marks that are almost divine in nature. Not quite obvious to your eyes what they are. 2 of you have been given, who had a really good look at it previously, and who have some kind of more of a level of understanding of the divine, have been given what they thought they meant.
Mm.
And that's why I wanted the table.
Can we even carry it back?
Yes. There was... It could fit on
The cart.
cart. Yeah,
Wait,
we could strap it
it
onto
can?
the cart. And
Okay,
it came in
sure.
under the weight limit, so
Mm-hmm.
it uses up half the cart capacity.
Sure.
Be good.
Yeah.
All right. So you have that out. Yay! It's out.
Good. And whatever else we can get out before Sean returns.
You had already taken out the rugs, 3 rugs that had minor magic upon them.
Yep.
Well,
The
say
skins.
rugs, the
I've-
skins,
I've
yes,
got
that's what I
those
meant.
in my...
One of
I've
them
got
was
those.
quite large, a large brown bear skin with a fully intact head.
Yes, 3 nice furs and 1 amazing full bear fur.
Mm-hmm.
Brr.
Someone read that in the loot.
Yes, I've got it. Oh, sure is actually just carrying them at the moment. But yeah, I guess I can put them in the loot. If you prefer.
The bear skin is actually bigger than Shuru, so
Oh.
he's rolled it up like a carpet. He's walking around with his
Yeah,
shoulders.
he's one of those people who have like the big, sack of stuff. Right, I'll put it in the party loot. Can be on the wagon.
Do you need to finish up, Den?
Den is not here currently.
He sent me a whisper saying that he was apologising. His head was actually feeling pretty fuzzy.
Right.
I didn't actually hear at the time if he said he was going AFK. So I
He,
apologise.
he messaged it in the in chat.
Did he?
Yes, he said be back shortly at 10:30.
Yes,
Nice.
he did. I didn't see that. I was looking at the GIF and saw.
Yeah, we're down 2 people currently.
You guys can make the decisions.
Woohoo! Who left Sean in charge?
Nobody currently, because he's going to be very stabby happy at the moment.
Oh dear. I had a Coke before I sat down. What do you expect?
You know, hey, Shiro, you know how you were concerned about like the elf taking control of someone? Possibly be more concerned about Sean than Lenza.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we
When
want
has-
to
When
take
has
the table
Sean
out.
ever done anything that's... He might have said some things, but when's he ever actually actioned something that's been against the parties?
Hey,
Better.
I like Sean. Sean's fine, and he's not a knife ear, so win-win.
But all that aside, what's the deal with recovering wisdom damage?
Yeah,
It's,
I think
Takes a
it
full day
just
of rest.
Sorry, can
resting.
one person speak at a time?
it's in the rules.
Which
And
rules?
so it's under HP, death, and healing.
I'm sure I've read that like 6 times and couldn't find it.
I'm pretty certain it was under there. Maybe it was under a
I'll
different
copy
spot.
and paste it.
On the rare times that character abilities are reduced through illness or injury, they return at a slower rate of 1 per full day of rest, or 1 every week if acting in a
Okay.
physically exerting manner, including travel.
Okay,
So there
one
is
per full day of rest.
there is 2 different types of ways your abilities can be reduced: damage or drain.
Yep.
Drain does not heal, but damage does.
Yep,
You guys were suffering damage.
Yep.
thank goodness. Okay, so that's a day of full rest. And
And we
that's...
got hit by twice by it, so I don't know whether that.
Oh, that was 4 points of wisdom for me.
Yes, most of us got hit by 4 points of wisdom.
I
But
get hit by 3.
You made your save.
I made both saves.
Mhm.
One was for 4, one was for 2. And I made both, so I took 2 and 1.
but there's a full days of comfortable rest, so I get one point back.
Not yet, you won't, because you've been physically exerting.
What do you mean?
You guys have been moving around and you fought
I
only
haven't.
just previously. You have?
Yeah.
You
I've
haven't
been
been.
resting for 2 hours.
You haven't. You've been moving around. You've been searching the keep. You were fighting before. You were fighting this day. You haven't started
Yeah.
properly resting. When you get a
But
full rest means, comfortable bed, etc.
I'm using my cloak's ability. Once per fortnight, the wearer can rest for 2 hours and gain the effects of a full day's comfortable
I didn't
rest.
know you were using that. Sorry.
I said that at the start. That's why everyone was moving furniture and I'm chilling out.
I know you were talking about using it. I didn't know you were actually using it. My apologies.
Yep.
All right, Den's back, you said.
Nice.
Welcome back. You didn't miss much.
Thank you.
All right, let me
Oh,
just go.
did we spend 4 sessions shopping again, did we?
Yes, yes, we did.
Well, I
go
mean,
and
Shopping for souls.
check something.
He's checking to see if remove curse does anything.
No, I'm checking something else.
To see if sleeping in the keep results in me getting my face eaten off. I'm
Why the
going
hell
to...
we sleep in the keep?
No, I'm not. I'm going to be resting outside at the camp
Yeah.
and then coming
Yeah.
back in.
Are you
Obviously.
using
Yeah.
this? You're resting to gain your spells back.
That's correct.
All right.
It's going to turn out to be a cursed cloak and I lose all my levels in the process.
Everything is cursed.
Mm. What's that? If it is, you're going to laugh, did you say?
Especially the Frogut.
Yeah.
Roll,
I
roll.
was about to look for the curse
Always the
meme.
burger.
the thing is, remove curse is not focused on a person rather than an item or an area.
Roll D%, please, for me, Sean.
Where am I?
D100.
Why?
Can't be good.
That's all good.
What's really good?
Aaron, why? That's horrible. I hate it. Stop. Oh.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's yeah.
Never say I
not
don't
one.
do anything for you, Oz.
Do I say that?
This one's always a win, though.
Oh,
It's
no.
not a win. It's not a win.
That was even worse. That's just.
Okay, so table is outside. Stuart is walking around with all these rolled up skins, thinking he's going to become a carpet salesman. Sean
Oh.
still wants to stab somebody in his fitful dreams. You hear whispers in your dreams as you're resting. But 2 hours will pass and you will be fully rested.
Wait, is this not what Sean looks like?
Haha. Fabulous. Okay. No, there's a whisper. No, there's not. No one, no whispers to anybody.
I whispered to you.
You did. Yes. But I meant just then. Okay.
Quick, everybody whisper to Grail.
What are the rest of you doing? Back at you, big boy.
Well, I am definitely back at the camp with everybody else. I've obviously helped with the table, and
Sure.
yeah, I'll get to check in with Theta, make sure nothing's trouble is going on.
Yeah, he's cool. He's like he looks at the table that you guys have managed to get down there. All right. And he'll sit down at it. He'll get out his mug, pour himself some ale from his little keg he carries around. And then you'll start getting out some dried bread and some hard cheese and start having a bit of a meal. Pretty comfortable.
I know, and yes, we set up a watch.
All right. So Sean took only 2 hours to rest. You guys were doing faffing around for that. What did you want to do after you rested, Sean? And what were you about to say, Dan?
Cast remove curse on the table.
Do you want to use augury?
I'll do that.
There's a new lady about. Kruber's just casually doing push-ups and things.
Oh,
Actually, we should use augury for finding out if we should smash the rod.
Yeah.
But yeah, try remove curse first.
You want to
We could use
be
augury.
very
for both.
careful with your phrasing of "should I smash my rod?"
The rod. I said the rod.
Well,
Okay.
while they are doing like manual labor, trying to get that table out, Lindsay would like to speak with Ildren a bit more.
She's mostly planning to be breathing again, light, air, not being dead. This is pretty amazing.
Yes, that's kind of what I was going for, because Lenzer is aware that this may be a bit disconcerting.
Wait, so you experienced time while you were dead?
Maybe?
Yes.
I'm not sure what I experienced, what my mind's telling me I experienced, what I feel I should have experienced, and what's just an awful dream. I mean, hopefully, no offense, all of this. But I don't know.
As far as I'm aware, we're not a dream, but look, weirder things have happened.
You keep saying those things casually. That is starting to scare me a little bit.
The valley is a strange place, even more so than probably when you came here. It has not gotten better. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, so remove curse targets people. You'll need something stronger, probably
What about dispel magic?
Dispel magic might nullify it for a short period of time. Curses are pretty strong, especially permanent curses built into items.
What about if 3 clerics combined their power, like some kind of 3/5
Sure.
Captain Planet?
Sure, why not?
Pity I've only got 1 spell slot left.
Don Cheadle, Captain Planet.
Yes.
I mean, is there any other option here?
I would totally watch the shit out of that if they did a movie for it.
Light was awesome.
As long as Samuel L. Jackson turns up in the trailers being like, I want to talk to you about the Captain Planet initiative, I'm fully on board.
He plays Plunder's son.
Ooh.
Blunder.
But you know what? If you want to try using a Remove Curse on this, it might work.
Yes, do it. You can use an augury first to find out if it
I'm
helps.
going to cast
Or
Augury on
afterwards.
it first.
Right, you're casting Augury.
Yep. Which
Okay. I roll.
you do.
But you tell me what the action is. You say, I'm going to do this.
I'm going to cast Remove Curse on this altar
Basin thing.
basin. The bowl, the copper one, or the bronze or whatever it is, metal one.
Sure. Okay, so the base chance for success is blah, 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 blah.
70 plus 1 per caster level, so it's 75.
It will tell you whether an action will bring good or bad results.
Mm-hmm.
Neither. Neither good nor bad.
Which
Probably
makes
not
sense
gonna
if it does nothing.
Have you tried casting it on her?
Maybe try casting it on the knife instead then.
What about on the spirit?
The spirit's gone.
But it's coming back, you said.
Yeah, we don't want to be here if it does come back though.
Yeah, probably not.
If Remove Curse is cast on it,
Shall I cast?
that might be more effective.
Where's the rod of Elven Majestic?
I pull out the rod.
Prince Doreen certainly thought it was majestic. So did,
Alright.
so did
Yep.
Lane.
So you reckon we should smash it in the bowl, or just
I'll
place
cast an
it in the
augury
bowl?
and ask, does smashing this in the bowl wheel or woe?
Well, yeah, I'll
That's a very good idea.
cast Augury a second time. And I smash this Elven rod into the bowl.
In
Neither.
the basin.
Neither. Well, I'm not getting strong vibes from either.
Which implies that probably nothing we do is going to have any change whatsoever.
No, we got to find Elven nobility. If only we knew someone who had Elven royalty.
Or
Or
maybe it's already dispelled. Is the miasma
weakness.
still here?
Yes.
Ah, damn it.
or perhaps
we possibly try to find out from someone who actually knows more. No offense, Aldrin.
no offense to the
None
party,
taken.
I'm pretty sure we have some Elven blood on some of our clothing around here somewhere, like royal Elven blood on our clothing, or maybe on their clothing that you stole.
Yeah, so Sean pulls out his little box that contains little slides. Very neat handwriting. Is that what's happening here?
No, I'm referencing the Elven nobility that the party murdered before I joined it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
You guys murdered Elven royalty?
I
You,
didn't.
you don't have to go around telling people that.
Well, it's
Alright,
only
just
a
definitely fine.
malicious rumor that I
We
just
got
heard on the
we
grapevine. I
we
don't know
got
anything about it.
executed for it.
How
Yeah.
much Elven royalty and who?
I know
Also,
nothing.
is it murder if it's an elf?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Huh.
That's the problem with gnomes.
Stonekin.
How many Elven royalty did you kill?
Only
There are
0.
I didn't kill any.
one.
Hey, we're not talking about this.
Who?
Well, it's 100. Oh, maybe you would know. Maybe there would have been a lot in your time.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, absolutely. Prince Liane.
No,
No?
Prince Varian Lane, it was his paramour.
Oh, right, yes, sorry.
Oh, Varian. Yeah, I heard he was a dick.
Uh-oh, because we heard he was pretty cool.
It's depends who you talk to.
Well, we knew there were factions. I guess this is awkward.
Regardless, that we will not have stuff. That was a long time ago. We will not have anything from there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should just leave. We have attempted. We have. At least we know we are able to at least temporarily banish it.
Well, I guess we know what probably won't work.
Yeah, well, that's the vibe I was getting.
Sure. Do you want to just try casting remove curse on the knife and let's leave?
Yep, I'll cast remove curse on the knife.
Okay. Done.
Remove curse doesn't work on objects.
I said let them have a go.
Yeah, why not? Why not have a crack?
Yeah, I had to go.
Now let's leave.
I want to go outside.
You said you were hired to kill this spirit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hired is
Technically,
not
It
technically.
was a contract.
Well, I suppose you did at least fulfill the letter of
yes,
that law.
we did kill the creature. We never said we'd keep it dead.
I'm not. Let's not get on the bad side of the strongest mercantile guild in the valley, shall we?
I'm not gonna argue.
no.
Was there a time frame that you had to do it within?
No.
I don't believe
No.
so.
I guess before somebody else does it.
Yeah.
Well, as long as this evil is vanquished, I think we could all count that a win, no matter who gets paid.
Vanquish is again. I would like to hang around to see what happens.
Yeah,
Because-
we only got to go
because-
outside, keep
because-
the tank outside.
While the esoteric have not been known to outright lie,
They stretch the truth a bit.
exactly. I wanted to stay here and confirm what happens.
Yeah.
Not
Let's see if
obviously
the
from-
miasma goes
from-
tomorrow
from
and the
an
sunlight
inside.
disperses it.
Yep, we should go out and rest at our camp for the
Okay.
night.
You go back
Or
there.
at least for the morning and the rest of the morning that we've got.
Sure. When you return to camp, Thadir is spread out on the table. He's got his mug at his side. It's spilled a little bit of ale into his beard. There's crumbs of cheese and hard bread in his beard.
Still alive?
Yeah, he's snoring.
Oh, good. The table's cursed.
It's just yeah. You find him
Why?
executed and
Looking at him, if the table is cursed, I need to get a cursed pillow because he looks very comfortable.
Yeah.
He suddenly wakes up. What? Are we done?
Lenza asks, "How is that comfortable?"
And then he looks and sees the new elf. Another one.
Right? At least we're not outnumbered, brother.
Mhm.
Who-
It's okay, Thad. I was surprised to us as it was to you.
Did you do what you needed to do? Are we heading back to the city?
We're just going to
Not
wait and see if it's
immediately.
permanent.
is everyone at full health?
Can I just suggest as well that if you want to keep this up and we're going to be going around to some other places, might want to get another guard to help with me do this. In the past, you had your two boys with you, Aaron and Kukulane. They're not here, so it's just me.
Absolutely. If we could find some, some good, trustworthy stonekin around these parts that we could hire.
Sure, we can get some more. There's plenty of dwarven mercenaries that you can get.
Yeah, that's what we need. Some more good dwarven mercenaries.
Says Shiro, the newest member of the party.
Second newest.
Yeah,
Rule
true.
Rules question for you, Grail. Having watched him pull out his ale flask, are hirelings allowed to get hirelings? Because if so, I think he needs to get a Saint Bernard or something to carry around a keg.
You know what his last name is, right?
They dear.
Big hand. It's not heavy. It's beer.
His last name is Keghand.
So you're saying he doesn't want more beer?
Oh, he wants more beer, but he's pretty sturdy. What's his strength? Strength is 15. Oh, he can carry beer. He's probably got a pin of ale.
That's what he uses extra encumbrance bonus for,
Yep.
carrying a keg.
So you guys are waiting around till the next day, are you, or the next night?
I think we're
Essentially,
resting.
yes.
We're essentially
Well,
resting.
seeing what's happening during the day, hopefully the
No, we need
miasma
to rest for the
disperses.
night as well because we know it should come back the next day, the next night.
Well, if we think the miasma is sufficient to say the curse is lifted, I don't particularly feel like going in again. But I'll leave it to the people who may know better.
I don't know that we need to go in, but we'd probably hear the screams. Didn't we hear the screams before we went in last time?
Whispers.
The voices, the whispers.
Yeah, the
As
whispers.
you crossed the threshold, you heard the whispers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we only have to cross the threshold and go, yeah, nah, let's go home.
Don't even
But
want
we
to do
kind of
that.
need to wait 24 hours because we need it to be dark again.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, you can all cross off a day's worth of rations.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If you wait around, then yes, the miasma.
Oh wait, I won't. Anyway.
Do you have some more rations?
Let's all share.
Thank you. I had some rations.
They're probably not still in good nick.
Well, to be honest, this jerky looks exactly like when I first got it.
So
Except
do you
there's
guys
more of it.
share all the information about the esoterics?
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess we can talk about. Lenz will describe what happened down, and then we can also fill in Shiro and Uljane on our previous encounters with them, which amounts to fucking weird magic shit.
Sorry, was there a comma there? Or because you seemed to pause for a moment, and with this party, I'm not entirely sure.
So
I did not pause. No.
Tenson
Okay.
certainly does have some wonders.
Mm-hmm.
there's
But yeah, I guess
Aaron's
what were
favourite.
the main encounters we have them? It was with the warlock, with the witch, and then we had,
was there too.
and that was when Kruber got not Krubered.
He
You
wasn't Kruber then.
You still haven't explained that to us. You know what the fuck happened?
No is the short answer. The long answer is buy me much more beer.
there. That
Well-
is what you. I mean, the esoteric was the name that I put in there, and it's just a folder, and you guys have run with it. So we'll keep going. That's cool. You guys have brought it up a few times in the past. They've never actually referred to themselves as that. But you know, let's say that Lashinara mentioned it in passing.
No, so they're not actually called the Guild of Jolly Jellies or something.
Seems unlikely.
So that is the ones that, assuming they are all part of the same cabal, then yes. And I'm sure that Oz has quickly gone down to the folder and noticed that they all do sit within that same folder.
Yeah,
So
that's
yes.
why. That's why. I mean, the aesthetics are very similar,
Mhm.
and the fact that Dole turned up was
Yeah,
also a giveaway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So they are the ones that
Are
you have
we entirely sure what they're supposed to be doing in the valley? Are they just wanting to generally being weird, mysterious?
Yes,
Minerva had some thoughts about it that she shared with you guys.
she did.
Whether they were avatars or their highest priests or fragments of the eight.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the 5 we got, they're definitely in there for the long game.
Well, she believed that they were trapped in
Mm.
locations and such. The
Could be
valley.
could be something to do with the obelisks.
And the fact that the Seer was saying that the being in Lacrima Keep was also trapped is quite interesting. But definitely not one of the 8 since she was cursing the 8. Unless there are actually 9.
Yes, well, they mentioned the
They
ninth
did mention the
again
9th.
in the down there.
They did? Dole
Yeah.
mentioned a 9th?
No,
Heresy.
The Seer.
the Seer did.
Whether they worship the ninth, if as if it was the 8. So that was horribly phrased. Whether they think the ninth is what the thing they worship is maybe just another aspect of the 8, or whether they truly believe there is another one, or if there actually is another one. We again, unless you want to go get much closer with them, we will probably not find out. Regardless, they believe it, and we have seen me very recently firsthand, and you more so, gestures to Aldurin,
Mm.
that they definitely have a lot of power.
Are you gonna ask her? Is Lenza gonna ask her about this prophecy at all?
I mean, that will probably be spoken about. Like, I guess we'll give you some time to talk about like your story and why, more so how you how you came here and what you're trying to do.
She said pretty much as much of that as she's going to.
Yep.
100 years have passed. You've probably missed a lot of, the equivalents of Elven 21st birthdays. Oof, it's rough.
Also,
If you recall, like me, they don't seem to care much about the rest of Elven society.
yeah. I was just going to say, given there is a prophecy, which I'm assuming you can all read in my bio info, and will no doubt give Aaron more meat to chew.
You're not going to tell them? You
I
still let
read
them read?
Well,
Read it out.
the scales cry, the peaks stir. Death holds no bonds. Blood of all falls, drips in crimson in cacophony. A pain of the divine. The false sister will come once more, the queen no longer, but a daughter still. Blood tides, rotting shadow, dying memories, the forgotten do not forget. The age of the falls shall cease, in light and showered with both. The echoing of tears, the day shall come when the illusion is real. Anguish shall end at the hands of the lost, and the time of blasphemous malediction ended. Uncounted sorrows shall follow, with the hope of spring's return.
Is it supposed to be shadows?
Probably.
Yes.
But no, that's what it says in the prophecy. I noticed that typo, and I was going to
No,
correct it. I
there
was
was a
like,
dot above the O.
no.
Oh my god.
It's written like that in the prophecy, so it's like that in the prophecy. So we all have to suck it up.
They are literalists.
Right.
Oh
What?
no.
You say that until we encountered these creature called Childs. You'll be like, oh, why could it have just been a typo?
So that
Well, the
seems
daughter
pretty
of-
depressing and dark.
Well, the daughter of the Crimson Sun is eternal. So,
Who?
Jarazil, one of the 8. She's the flames forever.
Right. Well, if you hadn't picked up on this, I paid almost no attention.
Okay.
That's generally.
And, blood tides, rotting shadow, dying memories. Yeah, that seems to tie into the forgotten do not forget. Like, one of them is the forgotten father, he who sits in nothing, husband of the quiet.
As
I'm just saying there's a this certainly seems to apply to the 8. And at the end of what she was saying, you said that she hopes for the 9th return. So that sounds like the 9th would be spring.
Hmm.
There are a few of you that are injured, yes?
Yeah, I'm down a few hit points.
It's quite funny. The prophecy is in Den's new character, or secondary character's background, but Aaron's going to spend the most time agonizing over it.
Right?
It's interesting. Okay, fine, whatever.
Oh yeah.
As far as we know, it was written during the Reckoning by a mad seer, speaking of what was to come, and my order had been trying to pass it and look for its signs for... it was part of our great purpose.
And what was your great purpose?
To make the world a better place.
Oh, okay. So they're like some tenets to go with this, or is it just a poem? You make the world a better place by reciting poetry?
I mean, it's
Depending
pretty
on
good.
the poetry.
That's good.
I think it was written by some master craftsmen wordsmiths.
Excellent.
The majority of the order were followers of the noble religions. We particularly focused on the spring that is to come, and as you were not the only one, from what I had overheard from my master, who thought that it might have referred to a 9th god, although whether that 9th god was one above all, or more powerful, or one true, or perhaps it was 2 years or a year of tribulations coming with a literal spring renewing or a metaphorical spring. Have you ever seen my people debate poetry?
Happily
Outside,
not.
It is the most aggressive mellow you can imagine.
is
Less slam poetry nights are held amongst the elves, and more glacier poetry nights. Fjord poetry nights, if you will.
So the miasma still remains. If you're just shooting the breeze and talking about stuff, and Shiro madly trying to decipher the poem / prophecy / wondering whether or not these elves just sit around in a dingy little bar with glasses of port. Who knows? But as night falls, the miasma is still there, wreathing around the keep like a glove of darkness.
well, that's not promising.
Kruber looks in and goes, I feel I've kind of already done my stuff for a bit, so these on you guys?
Uldren,
Indeed.
you said you knew, or at least were part of the same order, that's the sacrifice, or the one who was sacrificed. How well did you know them?
We were not a large order, but she was young and flirty. She never really followed her studies seriously. it was not a surprise to anyone when she ran off seeking a more adventurous or carefree life. We were surprised that she was kidnapped until, well, I was surprised until I learnt of her bloodline, but not particularly well.
Cool.
In our cloister, we would interact with our master a reasonable amount, but beyond that, it was more for personal study.
No, fair enough. I was just wondering whether you wanted to talk to the spirit, if that may help, but
I would be concerned that my having failed to stop her being trapped might not make me the best person to talk to her.
yeah, fair enough. It would be good though to confirm whether it is your friend or not, because what this is just speculation.
Was it hard to get back out when you had gone in?
No, not initially anyway. Not if you don't go too deep into it.
And what dangers had you faced?
Quite significant ones.
Right. I'm willing to.
All right. Are you heading in then?
Was anyone coming with me?
Oh, I mean, Lenza will come with you. Like they're not just going to like send you off there alone.
Sure, I'll come in because I'm wisdom 5. So it's like, yeah, it'll be fine. Gonna run away, right?
Hypatia is really optimistic.
You're going back into the keep.
Mr. Stonekin?
I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on myself.
And just yourself?
Well, I only have one because
Yeah, fair.
we haven't rested.
What? Yeah, didn't
Well,
we just rest all day?
So we've rested all day and we're back to...
Didn't we rest overnight? This is the following morning?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to keep it with the timelines.
Yes.
So we finished the fight during the night. We spent the entire day stuffing about. Then we actually slept for a night and woke up, and now we're at the night where the miasma is coming around, or is still happening essentially. So it's again, as I said, like I'm very happy just leave it as is until we can come back and actually figure out how to do this properly. But the more we know, the better, essentially.
True.
All right. So,
Alrighty.
so how are you doing this, and who's doing it?
I guess we shouldn't risk more people. Like I think it's just us three, or it should probably just be us three.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how about I cast Protection from Evil on all of you?
How many?
Wait,
how many is that target?
I have 3 protections from evil as well, so I can put it on a bunch of us.
Oh, who? It'll be me. Who was the third person going in? It was
I
mean,
yeah.
I'm happy to come in again if we're going back in, we've
Yeah.
rested.
Okay. I have to think. Do we want to put as least all of us in at once, or do you want to put as least many people at once? Because I was having full like just 2 of us really.
Is
So
two
you can
elves,
just run
essentially.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So we'll put
Sure.
protection from evil on you.
Cool.
Does Bless need to be upkept?
No.
No.
I will cast Bless on myself before we go in.
Which will get Lenser as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. So what is your plan? It sounds like you're just going to walk in, hopefully get ambushed, not die, be able to say, "Hey, how you going?"
Do you have magic weapons?
It doesn't sound to me like they're actually hoping to engage.
They don't want to fight. they're
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
away.
I do not have magic weapons.
And
Well,
yeah, as I
you
said, I
want me
already
to
got my.
cast striking on your weapon before you go in?
Is that a cleric spell?
It is.
Yep.
Then no healing for anyone today, and I will cast shield and striking on myself.
You do not have the ability to cast striking.
Oh,
It's third level.
right. Well, that's why.
You have to prepare spells as well. So yes.
Yes.
And
So
that's
just put striking on my arrows again.
okay. I'll put
Because if
striking on
if we're gonna be fighting, hopefully it'll be at range rather than anywhere close.
That's fine. So
Cool.
the two of you are going to go in. We'll just do this really quickly.
How close to the edge are you going to be?
I mean, I guess we'll just enter through the front door again. Because
I think one step closer to the edge.
Don't push me because I'm
Yeah.
close to the edge.
Yep.
I'm about to break.
but essentially we'll go to the front door and just enter that first initial room and not go any further if we
And
can't
if you
find
hear some
anything.
whispering, you can leave.
Is that near the well? Lid?
Yeah.
It's over here. Don't know whether you can see that on the map.
Over there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, down here. That's where everyone is. They're all hiding down here, right? I
Well,
see.
no, there's two of us.
Two of us.
Where'd everyone
mean,
else go?
The most important.
Well, there's
I've just left
I think,
myself in the room.
yeah, I think there's a
I'm-
few people still inside the keep.
Yeah.
Are you in the room where it happened?
Do you want me to move myself out? Okay,
No, it's
fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big issue. Right.
Theatre of the mind.
So,
My immersion is ruined.
well, you said if you walked across the threshold and you heard whispers, you were getting out. Is that correct?
That was
Yeah.
that was what Shiro said.
I
seems
was saying
reasonable.
that seems reasonable. But if you guys want to go in further, you do whatever you want, man. You
Okay.
do you, boo.
We were planning to go into the first area,
Yes.
see if she will come to us.
Yep. And more importantly, see if any recognition is had between those two.
Oh.
Okay.
Because then if we can actually confirm who the spirit is, that'll go a long way into helping us deal with it.
Okay. You hang around in there. You hang around for a little bit. There does seem to be whispers in the background. Cruel, evil whispers
That sound slightly like chips.
that do not sound to be elven in nature.
I mean, those chips do not sound elven.
No, neither does Craig's ice cream. Occasionally, I still have nightmares of it. I wake up in a cold sweat hearing it clink, clink, clink.
Oh, I picture you sitting up doing the drums in the deep, except that it's Greg's ice cream.
And then Nodgrim falls to his demise.
Yep.
And the party doesn't bat an eyelid for 2 weeks.
Anyway, so I guess so there's, but we haven't seen. I guess it's still pretty dim in here, isn't it?
Okay.
Even without lights.
It is, yes. So you hang around for a little bit, and then yes, you see moving towards you, and Den. Eldraine does not recognize this creature at all.
That's not Vashta. Let's go.
Cool. Let's leave then. So we back out immediately.
All right, done.
Good news, guys. The spirit's still there.
Oh,
Bad news, it turns out it's not Vashta. Maybe they summoned something.
well,
Or possibly it's another one of those skeletons down in the well.
Or maybe we just need human noble blood.
there's a lot of human ability.
I thought the Seer was saying that you would actually help us get rid of the spirit, though. Dang.
They said there was a way, and that bringing you back would help with that. I'm not sure, but in typical esoteric fashion, we'll probably have no idea what it means until it comes to pass.
Honest question, Grail.
Mm.
How concerned are you about the fact that it's going to be something like session 98 and we're going to be, okay, what areas in the valley have we not harvested for blood? Just to make sure that that's not where the blood's hiding.
Okay, so you're the one that's decided that that's what the blood tide means, And I have said right from the beginning, I put you on no path. The path that your characters tread is that which you choose, be it hero, villain, or somewhere in between. There's always consequences. There's consequences for being a hero. There's consequences for being a villainous, evil rapscallion, and there's consequences for just being a apathetic mercenary.
So what I'm hearing from you, if I understand correctly, is
Oh, you put it there. Zen the fuck out. Yeah, because it's. I'll go with whatever you guys do, and if you guys want to be villains, because that's the way your feet tread, then shit happens, and
Sean started it.
maybe Sean is, I believe, the only character of a certain alignment, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What, lawful?
Good.
Alrighty,
That's not
let's
lawful.
let's leave then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get out of here.
Okay. We'll put you back on the valley, because why not?
Well, at least we didn't smash the prince's rod.
Yep. That would have been probably a waste. Almost
Sad.
certainly. Yep.
He is grateful in his headless corpse buried within the river by cruel, heartless fiends. Oh yeah, villains.
Who would do that?
I know. God, that was brutal. Putting his head in the oven and trying to burn it, but it was just all just burnt it. It's like, then rolling him up into carpet, blood everywhere. We're just going to the river. Oh dear.
People
So-
are pretty callous like that, I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
It's accurate to life.
Linda, do you mind if I tag along? I feel like I might be able to help, as they said, and I don't really have anywhere else to go at the moment.
Depends how much money you have in your coin purse.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, aren't you of the same religion? What?
I
You
mean,
should be welcoming the sister. Like, even I am like, yes, you're welcome to travel with us, sister.
Yeah.
When did we get?
I fear.
When did we get to Lacrima Keep? Because I just want to know how long it took Sean to go from lawful good to chaotic evil, or at least mercenary. Was it 2 sessions?
Yeah, he's chaotic neutral. Come
2
on.
sessions.
you seriously didn't even listen to the rest of my statement. Because if you don't have any money, you're more than welcome to stick with us. Because you've got no other options. If you have money, you can stay as well. We don't care. But we can certainly help you out.
Can I make a perception check to see if I can hear Sean say in a perfectly normal voice, "Of course, we will use you to make the money. Yes, the money. Then I will take the money and the blood and your
To be
skeleton."
fair, Sean
Your
actually hasn't
magic
ever cared about
skeleton.
money. It's only Hypatia who cares
just the
about money a lot.
Well, it's not even Hypatia. That's
And
Al.
now Shiro.
To be fair, I was actually just voicing what the monologue of the actual rest of the party is.
Shiro cares about cash.
So,
But yeah,
yes.
regardless, yes, you are welcome to travel with us.
Thank you.
We're heading to Summerton now anyway, so that'll probably be a good place to start finding out any information regarding your order and if at all it is still around.
Well, it's going to take me too long to find the person. But I'm still looking.
For
It's Summerton. What's the name of the alchemist?
Rasa.
That's on.
That's
I
why.
wonder. I wonder if my friend I wonder if Raceland, the alchemist, has family who is still working there. Crazy old fool.
Where's on?
He's
Yeah.
still there. He's not dead. If that's what you're
Oh,
expecting.
That doesn't seem right.
How old was he when you knew him?
He is a half-elf, remember, not a full elf.
I'm just trying to give some more vicious backstory to a character that's already vastly distrusted.
Oh, no, I know. I get it.
He probably looked like he was about 560 years old, maybe 555 on a good day with cream.
So it was already like 200 years past the use by date of a half.
Oh, definitely.
Cool.
He's an alchemist, I'm sure. If it doesn't kill him, it makes him stronger. That's the.
He certainly does drink that young blood. He just sucks it up. But you knowing him certainly explains that you've got blood on the brain.
So
Hey.
are we traveling back to Summerton as we talk?
Yeah.
I would assume so.
Like,
Yeah.
were we planning on going anywhere else?
Shoshanek?
No,
Yes.
I think
But okay, yes, I know that. But like, that was going to be after we go to Summerton. It's also on the way to also
on the way.
Yeah.
This is another quest that we failed.
We didn't fail, we just didn't
Technically succeeded.
succeed yet.
Prover succeeded.
I'm pretty sure that's how we would word the ancient Mai quest as well, as just failing to succeed yet.
Mhm.
The Immortal.
Well,
Yeah.
Which
it's only
is-
a failure if you make it a failure yourself. Those
We
two
haven't
weren't,
died.
those two weren't, there was no time constraints placed upon them.
yeah, I know. It's still just what is it? Politicking, spinning what actually happened. I aged 10 years in that one encounter.
Yeah,
I got
but
nothing for it.
you gained heaps. Let me just tell you what you gained.
We got a table.
We gained another
We
party
got
member.
a table.
You gained
Yeah.
you gained 2,000 experience.
Yeah.
That was
And
what.
the party
Yeah. So you
member.
go.
No, I know.
And you gained a new appreciation for
Earplugs.
Gothic architecture, perhaps. And Shiro gained 4 really cool skins, including a full-size brown bear
Mhm.
with intact head, and they're all magical somehow.
Maybe.
Shiro,
Yeah, the magic.
They're cursed.
speaking of which, Shiro, since you have had them upon your person for some time, since you just got them rolled up and slung over your shoulder, it seems.
Oh, I put them on the cart.
I
I've
was-
changed. I've took them out of my inventory and put them on the cart.
I was being facetious when I said that.
Oh.
Aw.
Yes, but he was trying to carry them as much as possible.
You notice that they had no dust upon them.
Oh, they're blessed with the you don't need to be cleaned magical ability. That's amazing. I like it. Very impressive. Should
And
make
even-
these into pants.
Even if even if they had been laid down fresh in a keep like that, bits of crap everywhere, they would have gotten a layer of dust upon them pretty quickly. But
If
they
I
had
put like a little bit of dirt like right on the bottom of one of them, does it stay there or does it just like fall straight off?
if you chuck dirt on it, it gets
Just
on
a
there.
tiny little bit of dirt like
Yeah.
on the bottom corner.
It gets on it, and then as you slowly watch it, as you watch it slowly kind of moves to the edge and just drops off.
Self-cleaning pants! Come on!
That's pretty sweet.
Depends.
I
How
love the fact.
depends how you dirty them.
I love the fact that he hasn't looked closely enough to realize they're actually cursed with fleas who eat all the dust and are slowly pushing the dirt off instead. So he's going to be like, I'm making the pants, and then discovers the fleas that live in them. The magical fleas.
Yep.
How does that work with your DR, Shiro?
He doesn't have any DR.
And he wouldn't either. All right, you guys can head back to Summerton. It will take you 3 days. Dun, dun, dun.
You see that message? Everyone?
While we are traveling, Sean casts continual light on all the items that were dispelled during the
Well,
combat.
3 of them.
Wait.
I have to buy new rations.
I don't have any rations.
Have you run out already?
Yes,
I thought you.
I ran out when I got back to town.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, it's like you ran out on the way.
No, I only took a spare days of rations with me, and we used that.
Cool. I will keep sharing mine with you.
I have
So don't worry
one.
about that.
I have one spare.
Very kind.
Do I?
I have
Do you
heaps
have
of
enough?
spares.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Not fresh ones, but at least preserved.
yeah, I've got unpreserved rations, but I have, what is it? Purify food and drink.
Oh, we could have tried my jerky.
Spending the 3 days with the frog taxidermy, do I learn anything from it? Does it ever do anything cool apart from be cool?
It whispers to you in the night.
Lots of things whisper, but it does not. But no,
It does blink every now and
it
again.
does blink every now and then.
It's Morse code. It's sending you a message.
Yeah. Do I learn anything from this blinking?
No.
Do the eyes track me?
Occasionally you think they might be.
Oh no.
What?
Okay.
What's with all the burnt bits here?
There was an attack. We're not sure what actually
Sneaky
happened because we
structuring.
weren't there. Some people say undead, but they did not behave like, from what we discerned, they did not behave like normal undead
Yeah,
or
for
ones we
some
had
reason-
encountered. We even
Like-
found that came across this guy who is presumably from the Whitelands, and he hadn't seen anything in Reddit. Apparently, that place is crawling with undead.
Intriguing.
You're back in Summerton. It is bustling a bit more than it was when you last left. The people are about on the streets with what appears to be more freedom, more confidence. The damage that has been done is being repaired, and in fact, let me just. I'll go back onto the map, and let's just get rid of a couple of these ones. Okay, that'll do.
So, do we still see Beatles and the garrison on patrol?
Yeah, the beetles are always there. They're just a little bit harder to spot unless you know what you're looking for, and you actually go looking for them because they look more like regular townsfolk, whereas the garrison look like a garrison,
Mhm.
and they are around,
Weird.
absolutely around. The garrison man the gates, have a fairly dominant presence there, and they also man the walls around the town. But they don't have heaps of people around on the walls, like maybe one or two people marching up and down every length.
That's good. At least we're not on a siege. No one's started to start a civil war.
Hmm.
So far, so good.
As you are entering the town, you will be stopped, however, before you actually got in, by one of the garrison, who will look you up and down, talk to his mate. Is this them that guy wants to see? I think so. There's more than one though. There's one. I thought there was only one elf. I don't know. There was supposed to be some little git, some pointy ears, and those two big guys over there, pointing at Juquan and Hypatia.
I mean, she is in full plate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is true.
So who wants to talk to us? Good sirs?
Lashanara.
Oh, Lashnara's back in town. Yes.
Well, thank you for letting us know. We'll be happy to see him.
All right.
I've never met him, but I've always wanted to.
Good. Welcome to Summerton. That was him, wasn't it? I don't know.
Well, we want to talk to Lashnar anyway. So thanks for telling us he's in town.
Let's roll.
Right.
He's number 11, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to go straight there, or are we
No,
going to
11 is Darek Blades. He's 24, that's right. I knew he's over in that side.
Yeah.
be somewhere?
Let's just go straight there. Maybe you can identify the table.
God.
What?
Maybe he can identify this taxidermy.
Maybe he can identify everything.
Maybe,
The
maybe he
traitor
can
in the
actually
party.
help us.
He's
What
helped
topic
you.
is it, Sean?
He's helped you heaps.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to him.
And
Maybe he has
had-
a better understanding of magic and knows how to lift the curse.
And how did we return the favour? We brought assassins into his house.
Yeah.
Just one assassin.
That was enough.
But it wasn't, though.
It wasn't. He's not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as far as we know.
Maybe this is a simulacrum.
The real Lashinara
Jeez.
died. The real Lashinara died, and it's the simulacrum that's still kicking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We've got no idea.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, we all know it's Craig.
Cool. All right, you go to Lashinara's place. Dong, dong, dong. He is returned. Although his beard is longer and he has more grey streak through it, his eyes seem weary, his face is a little bit gaunt, his skin is stretched tighter over his bones. His eyes are tired. But he sees you as you go to his door, knock, I assume.
Yep.
Ah,
Yes.
Ah. Welcome, friends. And he looks around. A few I have not seen, some missing. I hope you have not
Yes.
suffered any losses.
No.
Kruger says, I'm still here. It's all good.
He fist bumps you.
Oh no.
Kruger says, bad respect.
Mad respect, bro.
Come in, please. So, I hear that you have been looking for me previously. I have spoken to the Silver Daggers. Tobias said that you were concerned and thinking of heading to Shulshanek.
Yes.
Indeed.
And I must say, I'm somewhat relieved we didn't have to go there.
We're planning to go after this?
Well,
Well,
not
that's
if
the
we've
new
got
reason we were
Lashinara
going
here.
there.
What is it that you wish to see me about?
A few things, really. They just keep stacking up.
Well then, unstack them. You do not need to burden yourselves with all the trials and tribulations that are in the valley. It is a dangerous place. It is fraught. There are many factions. There are many people pushing political and other agendas. They do not need to fall upon you. Do
Well,
not.
perhaps we should talk of human factions for a start, and we aren't going to what happened with.
Did Brother Tobias tell you?
Oh yeah, about what happened to Lord. Well,
Lord Castellane?
Yes, yes, I've heard that tale. And I must say that it does bother me considerably. Castellane was a good man in his own way. But this is not a concern you need to make your own. You do not have the full understanding, and if you go around putting your nose in some places, then it might get cut off, or others might get cut off. I appreciate your interest in trying to make sure that the city and its people are safe, but again, you do not need to concern yourself with everything. If you wish to be a tool to genuinely make change for the better, then yes, we can work with you. But please, do not worry yourself about everything that is going on. These machinations have been occurring for many years before you came to the valley and will continue for many years after. There are no good people here, and there are no bad people in this political mire.
Harsh words for Sir Etienne.
Sir Etienne is not involved in the political mire.
Well, that's good. Is Willowbroad? Check out this cool taxidermy, huh? Just to break up this sadness.
That is interesting.
Also, we went and checked out the Mortal. That's where they met me.
Hmm. I've heard the name. I haven't really investigated it much in the past. From my understanding, she lives in a veil of shadow.
Yes.
Yep, that is definitely
And
correct.
recently, we came across another Veil of Shadow at Lacrima Keep.
Ah, yes.
I feel like let's not just show everything at once. Let's actually tell us in some kind of proper order before we just
I was going
go
to
everywhere.
wonder if he had any understanding of like domains of shadow, or like what could possibly be going on with those.
First off, Lashinara, please meet Shiro. What's your second name?
It's the same as the foothills.
Jiro.
It's Jakar.
Jurak.
Shiro. So it's Juroka. So Shiro Juroka. And have you told us your second name yet, or are you still just
And hello,
Aldrin?
Lashinara. I'm Aldrin Quinjar. Quinjar, sorry, we'll say.
Recent additions to the party?
I've had a very weird week.
I see. So, I'm pleased to meet your acquaintance. I have heard of your clan, sure.
Ah, good.
Mm.
Very good.
And you have taken up with these adventurers for now.
They helped me out of a bad place. I was checking out one of our lost keeps near the troglodyte caves and ran out of food and was sort of trapped there. And these fellows helped me out, and I helped them out. And they've promised to help me explore those runes at some stage.
Very good, very good. The troglodytes are a thorn in the side, always.
Oh, they seemed rather nice. I was kind of hoping to help them out against the goblins, maybe.
There's a few less thorns in the side, shall we say?
Yes, we certainly did kill a lot.
The troglodytes breed very quickly. Thankfully, they are cannibalistic, otherwise they would probably have overrun the valley by now. Or, at the very least, done significant damage, but they mostly stay in the mountains.
They're pretty good singers.
Yes, I guess. So, Mai the Immortal. As I said, I've heard of her. I haven't investigated fully. She does not leave her veil of shadow, but I believe that there are creatures up there who venerate her as some form of divine entity, perhaps. She has been sought out many times in the past, I believe, as also people trying to put an end to the evil that she is, or so people believe. Again, I do not know if she truly is evil or not. My understanding is very limited. But she still lives, does she?
Yeah, not
Indeed.
by her choice.
Not by her
Yes, she
choice.
seemed tired.
Immortality comes with a price. Very few are willing to pay it when it comes to be paid. It sounds wonderful, but isn't really.
No, we were asked by, what was the name of the person that
The
we
priest.
asked? The priest.
Yeah, one of the
High
priests.
priest.
Brianna,
something. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sorry. Yes, Brianna. We were asked as if we could, as payment for services by her, if we could do all in our power to end her suffering.
a noble
Unfortunately.
endeavor, but yes. All right. She wished to be ended, but you failed.
Well,
Well-
she didn't want us to hurt her because last time she got stabbed, it seemed to linger with her and just give her more pain. So,
And all that she described all the ways that other people had tried to finish her, and they were pretty much all the same tools we had at our disposal.
Also, she seemed quite mad, quite evil, and quite cannibalistic, and we weren't sure if we could best her without a better plan.
Yes, we did indeed rescue
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon, yeah, from being eaten.
She was gravely wounded.
Maybe things have changed since I was around, but are cinnamon buns not still delicious and eaten?
It's one of our friends.
Yes, it's probably a poor naming choice to name
Indeed.
your child after a delicious confectionery, but
I mean, just from what I've seen of you so far, if you told me you had an ambulatory pastry as a member, you could probably have convinced me of that.
that is how we roll.
They are our companions.
Aaron.
Unfortunately, were damaged heavily, but they are recovering with Candeliory now. Regardless, that is again something we will keep in mind, and if we Tom will
Aaron.
anything that we can that we can do for her, we will of course try again. She did not seem well. She who said it? Was it who was talking about her?
She did not seem particularly malevolent at the time, but maybe we did not. Maybe we did not.
Seemed tired and fed up and just
Shiro said
in
that she was
pain of
evil.
living. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, she just seemed like she wanted it all to end.
She was definitely evil and mad.
Living
Shiro
for
has some
eternity will do
ideas
that.
of how maybe we could deal with her. That reason that he was bringing up the miasma earlier was he was thinking maybe she's kept alive by the dark miasma, and maybe if we could like get her in a cage and then drag her up the cliff and then get her out of that darkness, maybe the sunlight would kill her, or maybe we could hack her to death outside the miasma and that would kill her. What do you think of that?
Why do you wish to kill her, though?
To end her suffering.
And if it doesn't, and it only makes her suffering worse?
I mean,
That was the main reason why we didn't do anything when we were
yeah,
there.
that's sort of why we were thinking maybe we'd check in with you, maybe the crone. She seems to know stuff. We really should have asked the Seer about it, but I didn't get to talk to her.
What's Seer?
Yeah.
There are no Seers that I know of in the valley.
Well, perhaps
That brings us to our most recent expedition to the Creamer Keep. We, as I'm sure you're aware, the spirit there was never dealt with properly, and even when we tried to back a while ago, we did not do much to it.
We did nothing.
We returned.
We're useless.
We returned, a couple of days ago to try and actually properly purge it and free, I guess, the keep and the surrounding area from its influence.
And we seem to vanquish it for a while.
Kruber says, once again, I think this needs to be pointed out. What's this we?
Other people did damage to it, dude.
So,
it was a team effort.
Are you taking responsibility for killing it, but not really killing it then? Because I saw it again. It's still there. You didn't kill it.
He's taking.
Kruber 1, party in the spirit 0.
He's taking.
That is the current
responsibility for
score.
failing to kill.
I will speak to Jarek, and I will speak to Donalgan separately, until they are both on the same page. It's probably best that a wall be erected around the keep. For now, if the spirit is too strong to be dealt with, then it's probably best to try and wall it in.
Well, that is.
It also seems to be able to summon undead minions or create them. We fought zombies and skeletons.
And
Yes.
but the more concerning thing is that it seems to be affecting the area around it in more ways than expected. The keep was expanded, built. There were
Changed.
there were like things that should never be there inside it.
Really?
Well,
The spirit has come and gone over the years. Sometimes more so than others. The threat, the curse, the evil has always been there for as long as people can remember. But it didn't seem to do this. It's changed the keep, you said. There's things that shouldn't be there, such as...
well,
guess. Do you want
this table we've got on the cart.
Yeah, do you want to show her the table? I guess that would be the main really out of place thing.
And these furs, they seem to be magical. What do you think?
They look nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but we'll show them. We'll show him the table. That's probably the most egregious thing that we found.
Also
Not
nice
egregious.
in a way, but all of them are strange. Why are they in the keep?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Perhaps then walling the keep will not be of any use, for the spirit has never been able to, as far as I'm aware, leave the keep.
And
Do we
that's said,
pull it out?
But if
Like a
it's
complete
changing,
keep.
if it's changing the keep, if things are appearing inside the keep, then who is to know what is happening? Okay. He looks very tired, very, very tired.
Well, tell him about the ritual and stuff.
Yes, that is the
The
other.
bowl, the basins, and the dagger.
Before we get there, you mentioned a seer.
Yes,
You
that
spoke
was
to a
what,
seer.
that was what I was talking about. We did some research on it, and from what little we could tell, or what little we could find, the whatever happened, whatever caused the spirit to appear or curse the keep or whatever, occurred near the well that was inside it. Once we had temporarily banished the creature or the spirit, I descended into the well to just try and see if there's anything down there that could give us more information or any clues as to who it was or what it wants or why it's haunting this place.
And
That is where I met the seer.
at the bottom of a well.
Indeed.
Describe her.
I described the seer and I mentioned that it seems that they're likely part of the esoteric.
I want to hear this description. Come on.
Cool. Oh, of the seer? Excellent. Oh, sorry, excuse me.
A bunch of coughs.
Klaatu
Yeah, exactly.
Victor.
It was a pale humanoid with strange green markings on the skin, but most prominently had a third eye in the middle of its forehead.
And frog-like pupils.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yes.
third eye
A
was
vertical eye.
vertical.
Yes.
Mhm.
There also were some
Indentations.
indentations.
Flutage.
It was very, very strange, and they talked, I guess, as you'd expect to see to talk, but yeah, very unusual. And the other unusual thing was, of course, a gesture to
Kruber? Kruber.
No, I don't gesture to Kruber.
I'm
I
Kruber
gesture
now.
to Ilderin.
Oh,
Ilderin was a skeleton at the bottom of the well. Had been there for what it seems like 100 years.
Lashanara looks at Uldrain. Let us
Sorry,
say living challenged.
I was properly dead.
Proper
Yeah.
dead. Very good.
very, very much dead.
So
And the
not,
seer
not,
or
a-
something
not
else.
an undead. Just
No.
dead.
Very much so. And the seer or something else brought them back to life in front of me.
I see.
and Dol was there.
To be fair, you touched her bones.
Yes, only after I touched her bones did that happen.
So
What I was
I'm-
instructed to by the seer, implying that this would help us in some way. From my experience, the esoteric, they are not well, at least towards us, malicious. But I do not know what their goals are.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
sure they're malicious we got in their way, but I guess we've been lucky
Joel
so far.
killed Mark. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, we kind of merged one of them, but anyway. So yeah, and we're not quite sure. I mean, I don't even know how this is possible. As far as I'm aware, it shouldn't be possible to bring someone back
Oh, the dead can be brought back.
Ooh.
from like with 100 years ago.
It requires very powerful magic, but yes. That said, the soul must be available to come back. And there are two places that the soul can go. The heavens or hell. Seven of the 8 reside in the heavens, and one, their queen and most powerful, is in the hell. It is rare that they let souls return freely. At least that is my understanding, never having undertaken that journey myself.
Could it be possible that the souls are being prevented from leaving by the spirit or by the keep? Because from what the seer implied, that was the case.
I am not sure. I would have to do research. I must admit this is not a field of my expertise.
No. It is unexpected, to say the least.
Indeed. The description you gave of this seer is unnerving.
Mm-hmm. I am well aware.
Not because of the horror of the appearance, but more so because I do not know what kind of creature she is. That I have never seen or heard of a creature described in the way that you described her means that my thoughts about what these creatures were before, and I mentioned it to you, have wavered slightly given the research that I have done. But I believe the most likely origin of these creatures. You have seen a few now, some that looked human, most that looked human. One was an old crone-like creature.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, yes, I believe my earlier thoughts on them from what I have read is true. That they are fiends, demons if you were.
From hell?
Well, the demons are otherworldly.
Yeah.
Demons are, and the other worlds are, what we do not see still exists. And demons of different levels of capability can cross over. Some can be summoned by people such as myself if given the right magical artifacts, time, or requirement, but they are never to be trusted. These ones are particularly willful and incredibly powerful, dangerous in the extreme, more so than regular demons, regular fiends, if there is such a thing as a regular fiend. The fact that they seem to be acting of their own free will is disconcerting. I can see no other reason for what they are doing, how they are doing it, and what they appear to be. Again, my knowledge is rather limited. It's demonology and the other worlds have never been my strong suit. I know a little bit, but not great deals. The libraries here in Summerton and information in the valley is limited. But generally these kind of creatures, they are enslaved or entrapped for periods of time by something more powerful. But these things seem to be acting of their own accord, to their own agenda. And the information that I did find previously is that they have been held, bound within this valley by the Obelisks. That the Obelisks were erected, perhaps, to... Hold on 1 second, he says, tapping his lip. Hold on 1 second. And he'll go and he'll start looking through his books on the shelves until he finds a very large volume. And he'll pull it out and he'll start flicking through pages fairly furiously. Flick, 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 flick. No, that's not it. And then he'll go and get another volume and start flicking through it. The Seer, you said, the Seer.
Yes.
Indeed.
Kruger chimes in. I got it. Of course, she could give you a description. That image of her. It was seared into your mind. Right, Lenza? Right? Still got it. And then he starts drinking again.
Finally,
This is it, he'll say, after about 10-15 minutes of ignoring Kruger.
Yeah, I'll mention that it never gave me a name, but I somehow knew what to call it.
The power of the meta, understood. But this is in a language. This is in a language I do not understand at the moment. But I'll be back in a moment. And he'll go into his private chambers. And you'll start hearing him pulling things out and rummaging around, etc.
Does he have the big eye thingy on his desk or anything? Just wondering.
No.
Ah.
He does not.
Hmm.
The Eye of Lamia.
Yeah.
Yep, no, he doesn't have it. Nowhere where it seems to be visible, at least.
Okay.
Are you gonna rob him again?
I've never robbed him.
No. Sure, it definitely hasn't. And Minerva didn't either.
Indeed, she did not.
She robbed just about everybody else, but not Lashanara.
Mm-hmm.
There's a level of respect there.
Indeed.
I believe you don't
magic user.
crap where you eat.
As a side note, Minerva really wanted to talk to Lashanara about getting like spells.
He'll come back out with a scroll. Comprehend languages. Always useful to have one of these, he'll say. And he'll then unfurl it, read it, the scroll will disintegrate in his hands, and he'll start reading. There are 9 of these creatures, and I know their names, or what they go by.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until you mentioned the Seer that it triggered.
Write this down.
The ones you have met are the Warlock, the Witch, and the Chosen.
Yes.
And now you
Also the Lantern Bearer.
She is not in here.
That's not esoteric.
And you have come across the Seer. You'll keep flicking through pages.
Yes.
There is also the Harbinger, the Vindicated. Flick, flick, flick. The Advocate, the Unknown, and the Warlord.
She mentioned the Warlord to you.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Are they... What context does this book mention them?
It doesn't really give much information as to what they are. Merely mentions them as powers that have been in the valley for some time. And they have been worshipped or sought out as divine entities. Whether they are or not, I don't know. Theology is for the priests, for the clergy.
Is one of them the entity that lives in the? Is it the Whispering Woods? Which one's the guy?
The Laughing Woods.
The Laughing Woods.
I do not know. The entity that lives in the Laughing Woods. I've heard that there is a power there, a she of great power, actually. I believe he refers to himself as the King of the Laughing Woods, and his name does not come in here. And if he is a she, then he is not one of these, not a demon, not otherworldly. They are fey creatures, more bound to the world via the links of nature. But it is possible that the King of the Laughing Woods goes by other names, and may be one of these.
So what were the names again? The Warlock.
The Harbinger.
Yep.
The Vindicated, the
we go.
Advocate.
Advocate.
Posted in Discord.
Nice.
Yep. So you said the Seer mentioned the Warlord.
Yes, that we will be meeting them soon.
I see. Any context around that?
Just to be careful, which I guess we were going to be
Not much of a Seer
anyway.
there.
Beware the Warlord, he's unhinged.
Unhinged.
Mm.
All demons are unhinged.
Yeah, the ones we've met so far don't seem to be present, or at least not all present. I am concerned that we are going down the list, as it were. They seem to have taken an interest, or at least are working towards something with us.
They have been working, as far as I can tell, and as far as I could tell when we discussed this previously, towards some long-term plan. Whether it is their full freedom, for I believe, as I mentioned, that the obelisks were erected to bind them, or if it is to some other goal. But they have been doing this for countless centuries before the time of the reckoning. And I do not believe that there is any fruition on the immediate horizon. Indeed, if my thoughts and if the theories are true, they will outlive civilization. Demons do not age. They are here for eternity, unless their bodies can be destroyed, in which case they merely return from where they came. The only way to destroy a demon is in the outworld. And even then, it is difficult.
So you're saying we probably shouldn't pick a fight with them?
Oh, that's
Well, expelling them from our realm's still pretty good, but yeah, we shouldn't.
it depends. It depends on what their plans are. One of the problems that exists when dealing with things such as this is trying to balance the scales. The greater good over the immediate need. And this is why I mentioned before, do not burden yourselves with everything that you come across. Some of these issues that you are uncovering, and they are issues no doubt, might be issues for later generations, if at all. Perhaps the machinations that these beings are working towards, the esoteric as you call them, actually will have no harm, or cause no harm to us. We don't know. We don't know. Further investigation is required, absolutely, just to make sure. but that is long and arduous and may take years, decades, or longer, and may require generations of us to complete it. Picking a fight that you don't know that you need to be in is never wise. Have they done anything that you know of which is harmful to the valley or those within?
No.
Mark.
Right?
My understanding.
Mark brought it upon himself. Not to speak ill of the dead.
Picked a fight.
The mostly dead.
Yeah. Well, what did happen with that, Kruber? I'm still not sure what happened.
Who can say? But that's the short answer. If you want a longer answer, if you buy me a lot of beer, I can provide one.
Yeah, of course, that's what you need. But no, as far as we're aware, they are not actively malicious. They just seem very unconcerned.
You are coming across them because you are out putting your nose where regular people do not put them.
Do you know if the Brotherhood has come across them before?
I have heard tales from them about entities which might match up with these creatures. But generally, no. I haven't had many discussions about these creatures or creatures like them. Perhaps they have and have kept it to themselves. The Knights Vigilant, who the Brotherhood are descendants of, and the remaining members, may very well have fought against them. Who knows? Perhaps Sir Etienne would have more information. They do have archives. They aren't very well kept anymore. When their order fell, most of their information was lost. But they probably still have something somewhere. Gorast might know some of it.
Again, I am only concerned is this, but as I've said, we keep running into these over and over again, and they seem to at least want to push us in a certain direction.
What direction are they wanting to push you?
Towards whatever they want to happen.
And what is that?
I am not sure.
Did the Seer push you somewhere? You said that Uldrain...
Maybe to release this spirit of Lacrima Keep.
Yeah.
Was that? There was also the
the tower.
Yeah, the inverted tower.
But that was not one of the ones he's talking about. That was the Lantern Bearer.
Yeah,
no,
but
the Seer mentioned it too.
So, Uldrain, you were
Side
dead.
note, Grail.
You were dead.
Indeed I was.
Brought back by this Seer with powerful magics. 100 years.
So, I believe so.
It's not unheard of. There is no one in the valley who can do that, though.
Well, except for 3 days ago.
No one of mortal kind that can do that.
I'm pretty glad that it happened.
Understood. Why? Why did you come back? Why did she bring you back? Why? After 100 years, why were you brought back from the realm of heaven or hell?
I cannot tell you why, but I believe that perhaps the prophecy my order was dedicated to studying and seeking to aid in fulfilling may have something to do with it.
A prophecy. You're one of those.
I mean, says someone called the Conjurer, so
But
yes.
But I conjure. Prophecies are dangerous at best of times.
Indeed.
Tell me your prophecy.
And she does.
The problem with prophecies is that they are self-fulfilling generally. People hear the prophecy, want the prophecy to come true, so they try to make it come true, and in doing so can set into motion things which afterwards people can say, yes, the prophecy succeeded. They can be false trails, false hopes, especially when they are vague, and they can be perceived in multiple ways. Tell me, young elf, Eldraine, what do you think this prophecy actually means? Is there anything in there that you, and as a member of your order, understand?
We had wondered as to whether the scales crying and the peaks stir could possibly involve some form of draconic activity around the edges of the valley, but such a thing has not been heard for centuries.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It happened recently.
What?
We saw a dragon not too long ago.
Also, lizardmen. Both of those have scales.
Oh.
Up, where was it? Up in the northeast, wasn't it? Or northwest?
Yeah,
sorry?
Arashu Valley.
Northwest. Yeah, Arashil Valley.
Well,
It has, as far as we're aware, it has not been a common sighting. We are one of the few or the first to notice it, but not many people travel to that area of the valley.
And we did report it.
and I was brought to your group. Interesting.
Also, we saw some lizardmen sort of making it their way past Phil's Rise.
I will have to think long on this, but Lashanara, to your question, I hope the lines of the Age of the Fall shall cease indicates that perhaps the elven decline can be stopped and we can once more be a race that is doing more than just dying slowly.
You are dying quickly.
Not fast
Yes.
enough.
We shall have to talk, Lenza, about who hurt you so badly.
See, the Seer was right. Why do you hate your own people?
I think Lenza is the ninth and just wants the world to end.
Yes, that's why I'm gonna. That's why I've got a backstory.
It wouldn't be the first time I put
clearly.
a player in as the antagonist.
Oh, like when you were going through the names and you said the Vindicated, everybody didn't immediately go, so that's Aaron in a future cameo. I was right!
I have just returned from Shulshanek. I spent quite some time there, longer than I had anticipated. And their hospitality is not what it once was.
And what it once was not what it once was.
The elven decline, at least in the valley, is proceeding at an alarming rate. The Elven Empire was shattered, destroyed, utterly, during the Reckoning. Those few elves that survived were scattered, and they do not live in anything more than enclaves around the world. Small bands, like you find at Shulshanek, a couple hundred at most. Your lineage has no way back, from what I can see. You are too slow in maturing, and have too few children.
But that is where faith and hope come into play. I do not see how this can happen, but I am not fool enough to assume because I cannot see something
So
that
you
it cannot
believe
come to pass.
that this prophecy is about the elven kindred, the species of the elves surviving.
Not all of it. I hope and I trust that some of it is. I hope that it will lead to our world becoming a better place, a more noble place, if you will.
Ah, the age of fools shall cease.
Mm. The future of the elven kind is in those who have the blood of elves, but not pure. If the full lineage of the elves were restored, I don't know if that would be ceasing the hostility in the world or amplifying it. The problem is that the Elven Empire was the greatest empire that the world had ever known. It spanned everything, and the elves were mostly, almost unilaterally, aggressive, militaristic.
I do
Arthol?
not
Yes.
seek a return to empire.
But
I seek
your kind do, and therein lies the problem.
but
Burn.
but how do we change if not through trials, through suffering, through growth? When I was being instructed in unarmed combat, it took great pain and perseverance to injure my knuckles over and over again, yet over time they grew stronger. So too, I hope that the elven people, and indeed all the peoples, can be upon this anvil forged into something better, kinder. I acknowledge there were others like the scholar Marqueth at my commune who believed that indeed the age of the fall shall cease meant that the elves would entirely die out. But I hope otherwise.
Did we just lose you?
No, I had to cough for a moment.
Okay. I have another theory.
Indeed.
The elves naturally seek to dominate. This is why I was at Shulshanek longer than I had anticipated. This is why Prince Varin came to this city. Sabers are rattling and war is imminent. The few elves that remain of true blood are looking to take ownership of the valley in some way. They do not have the numbers. It is a fraught and foolish endeavor. There can only be one outcome. But they still seek to do it. No. The age of the fall shall cease. Either is the utter demise of the elves, it is either the acceptance of the future of their kind, or it has nothing to do with elves at all. I posit,
I still have hope.
and hope is a wonderful thing, but I posit that instead it is that the days of fear shall end.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
Perhaps.
That we live in the age after the reckoning, which sundered your kind's kingdom empires, smashed them, ground them to dust. They suffered worse than all other species combined.
Yes. For their hubris.
And in the days preceding, the reckoning lasted 3 days, from which fire and flame and lightning struck the world repeatedly from the skies. And in the days that passed, that turned into weeks and years and centuries, we ended up in the days of fear, as people call them, especially those who venerate the Eight almost fanatically. The days of fear have cost countless lives and have seen the fall of just about every kingdom, every empire, not just elves, and society. Granted, in the early days, it was at its peak. Monsters crawled from the ground. The degenerates rose in numbers otherwise never seen before. Swarms. They tore down those that remained. It's why the world is full of isolated pockets like us here in the valley, why we are beset on all sides. I think that if there is any truth in your prophecy, that it is to do with that. For the Eight were not always sending their children to destroy us. Before the reckoning, before people turned from them, and he'll give himself like a minor blessing sign as he does this, they were almost quiet. They were almost benevolent in a way. There is, among the main religions, a few that believe that we are being tested.
Kind of a cruel test.
Yes. I do not doubt, and I don't disagree. Perhaps they are right. Perhaps there is truth in all the religions. But if the Eight, the gods who sit above us, were once clipping their nails, if they were once benevolent, could they not be again?
That's what I hope for.
Perhaps.
At least some of them.
I do not know. Theology is not my strong suit. But I did pay attention and research greatly the reckoning and the fall and the days that preceded or followed it and the days of fear, almost immeasurable in the suffering and pain and cruelty, yes, Shira, that has been inflicted. It is the world that we live in. It is apocalyptic in its nature.
Hey, but how about these toads, huh? Lighten that mood.
Oh, for God's sake.
All I can say, Aldrin, is that have an open mind. Following a prophecy is always dangerous because anything can be read into it.
Right? Sure, I thought that earlier. Was that like, no.
Indeed, I have what I hope it to be, but I am not so blinded to that of which you speak.
But those toads are interesting. Do you know what they do?
Blink every now and again?
Anyway, is there anything else? I would have to look into this, and I can only look into so many things at once. And I have other
We
things to
understand.
deal with. The fact that
Yes.
Shulshanek is looking at war.
Is
Do you
a
think we
major
should check
concern.
out the inverted tower?
To what end? I know that the mercenaries have gone down there. They have, for whatever reason, laid siege to the Slaughter Scar.
Yeah.
They are looking to enter into it. They travelled past Shulshanek en masse some time ago.
Could the inverted tower be the wound that causes the slaughter scar?
It's possible. Legend has it, and it's only legend because the Slaughter Scar has been there for so long, that it was the site of a great battle.
Mm.
It is a
I was-
wound, and there are creatures within. The degenerates swarm there, especially those of goblins kind. They swarm there. It is not safe. Entering in to that blasted landscape is perilous, to say the least. But the goblins, they are the least of the problem. There are spirits and creatures and undead that enter into that place from who knows where. The bowels of the earth, perhaps portals to the outworld, to the heavens, to the hells. There are creatures within that I think would even make some of these fiends pause.
Mm.
Thankfully, they
Before-
do not leave. But yes, perhaps this inverted tower is the wound. Perhaps it is just a rent. I don't know. I don't know much about this inverted tower.
I was just hoping maybe we would find some gear that would help us elsewhere in the valley with, say, spirits that even my fine companions' blessed weapons had trouble harming. For those without even that, it was untouchable.
Hmm. It's possible. There are items of power around. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If that is your plan, to head to the inverted tower, I will do what I can to aid you. But I would suggest that you would want to go fully equipped, ready for war. At the very least, you might have to fight your way through the mercenaries. I don't believe they're letting anyone in. They're trying to make sure that only their allies go for the prize.
Hmm.
Is it really what you want?
Uh,
Between us, I don't think the mercenaries are going to be successful. I think that to a man they will die. Even your friend Jaquan, I remember, was it Geffen who was among them?
Aye. Poor bastard.
hmm.
What Harino Quell wants from within there, I don't know. But I do know that Castellane was interested in something in there also. And that he and Quell were vying for it. Your friend, Siobhan, is one of a few agents that Castellane was using to try and find information about this thing.
From what
Well,
we can
hopefully it's
tell,
not gone anywhere.
from the people we have met and what they have told us, tower is what everyone is searching for. What it means, what it does, what it can do is widely contested, but I have no doubt there is something in there. Probably something that should be left in there.
I agree. But nothing can be left forever. And eventually it will be found. Do you want to do this? Is it something that you are planning to do?
I glance around at.
Well,
I glance around at the rest of the party.
I just don't know whether we'd be up for it.
If Minerva was here, she'd be like, "We didn't blow up no spirit tree for like not to then do this." But okay.
Yes, that was my essential thing. We are in deep, as it were.
Then I tell you what. I have, in the last couple days since I returned from Shulshanek, met a young man from the White. Nevin, I believe his name is.
Ah, yes, Nevin. We've met him too.
I have a friend, once an apprentice of a colleague of mine. I believe that his name is Dorian.
I so thought that was going to be Vidrus.
I will see if Dorian is available. I believe he entered the valley recently.
I also tell him about how Minerva was rescued by Vidrus.
Vildris? The name is familiar, but
Vidrus of the Void? He said his name was? Minerva kept talking his praises up.
oh,
Said
that man.
Swell guy. Yeah. Took Gokta off
book.
her hands.
Cursed book we got from the damn ogre.
Vildris is he's not a nice person.
Oh.
He is evil through and through. He is a murderer and a villain.
And a liar. He said he was friends with you. Or acquaintance, I guess, is more what he said. Never mind.
Yes, I sent you a whisper, by the way. Al, just in case.
Oh. Yep. Yeah, I got that.
Cool. If you are going to go to the inverted tower, and if you're going to try and wend your way through,
We need to get better gear first.
and you need to get allies, I would suggest taking Nevin. I would suggest finding Minerva wherever she may be. Dorian, my colleague's apprentice. And maybe one other. At the least. Depending upon whether Oz wants a secondary character.
I was about to say, who is it?
Waiting in the wings.
Numbers will be to your advantage. Because not all of you will return. Of that I am sure.
Dun, dun, dun.
And we can leave it there.
Oh,
Thank you for the session.
Do you guys want to vote
Such
for
a vote.
MVP?
yeah.
I await Den to send it to me in Messenger.
I just opened Messenger for that purpose, despite having whispered to you this evening. And I think you'll like how I wrote it.
You're a jerk.
Love you too.
He did the full proper syntax whisper to me.
Just in Messenger.
Yes, in Messenger, yeah.
Still waiting for Henry and who else do we need?
Me.
You, Oz, yes. I was going, where's all my whispers? So just need Henry. Okay, Lenza gets it, and Lenza is MVP. And this is a clear-cut one. 3 votes to 2. Den is runner-up. Den, do you wish to have it as XP or a blessing?
XP, please.
Okay.
Feel like you've got enough now.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
has 8.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me shuffle and deal 1 to Lenza.
What have I got?
On the upside, Aldrin.
That's pretty good. That's a really good one. Yeah, no, that's good.
What did it have on it? A scroll, a skull, or a chest?
A scroll. Gain a bonus of 1d4 on a single ability check.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Negative 1d4.
I mean, at
Yep.
the risk of speaking a prophecy, I feel like you're going to roll a 1 when you needed 2 to succeed.
Absolutely. But it's still nice to have the
Yeah, the safety net-ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got to check out what some of your blessings are, especially your major blessings.
Major ones. So yeah. So when do we get major blessings? Is it just based on XP or?
You can get them for particularly cool stuff.
Yep.
I guess. Generally, it's minor blessings that will be given for that. But if something is super cool or really out there, then yeah, I'm happy to probably flick you a major blessing and make you quake in fear.
Yep. Cool. As the 8 turns their eyes on you.
Mm-hmm.
For what it's worth, only 2 of you have divine awareness at the moment.
The moment.
Mm-hmm. One of you has 4 points of divine awareness, and one of you has 1.
Yep.
Divine awareness, a thing.
Divine awareness is, but if you have a look at the rules for the blessings,
Haven't we only played 2 cards?
Because you're a cleric or something, I feel.
Yeah, cleric is +1.
Double.
plus awareness can come through other means as well.
Nice.
It's a hidden mechanic. Actually, you know what? That's not up to date. What's happened here? There's a conflicted file.
That doesn't bode well, because I know Sean's not going to have less than 2. So Sean probably has 4.
Actually, there's one
He's got
there's
5.
3 people have divine awareness. Someone's got 4, someone's got 1, someone's got 1.
Oh.
Lucky Sean.
Yes.
I feel Sean got some of his that time that he said, that lantern bearer, she's well fit in it.
Cool. All right.
So where's the stuff on that? Is that a thing, or is that like an in-game thing, or is it your
That's
custom?
as much as you know.
So
The mechanic's a secret.
the mechanics are secret. So if you have a look in the wiki and you have a look at house rules and you go into optional rules and you look at blessings, it will say right down the bottom, divine awareness is a hidden attribute that only the DM knows the mechanics for.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is I don't want people to try and game that mechanic.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's, having that 8 pay close attention to you can only be a good thing, right?
Maybe. We don't know.
I mean, they've got such wonderful names.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know.
Right.
Well, I think I just gave another one to the lantern bearer.
Because you said she was fully fit.
Yeah.
I think she's the false sister.
No, I said Sean said. That's very important.
All right, well, I'm going to quit the recording now.
She's the one who's outside, so returning would make sense.
And I did not quit that recording. Why not? Why didn't it work?